today I'm going to carry on making shutters. I just thought I'd just, being I've got to be in the workshop anyway, I thought I'd just stream it. And I'm going to continue making shutters. So, I obviously got to concentrate on what I'm doing. But I will carry on, I will engage with the chat as well. But yes, we're making French shutters, like these ones I made earlier. So, first job is, I need to clear the bench and get this pair of shutters off. I still don't have the wood for the braces, so I'll be fitting them later. But at least I can be getting the shutters together. Because, like in the UK, even here in France, there are shortages of timber and the stocks aren't great at the moment for wood at all. So I'm having to kind of bear with it. So, anyway, it's just how it is, isn't it? And what I need to do, I want to be able to get these together. So at least I know how much more timber I need to purchase to finish this shutter job. So the more shutters I can get together and then put to one side, the better. But I will need to come back to them and fit the braces, because these are ledge and brace style. So you've got a diagonal brace and then you've got your ledges. And the ledges are the horizontal part and the braces are the diagonal part. But it's not too bad. I don't mind doing that as long as I can get the wood eventually. Well, I say eventually, it's not going to take too long. But these things are sent to try us. But they still don't have it in stock, which is a bit of a pain, but it's just how it is, isn't it? So I'm going to do what I can so the customer doesn't have to wait any longer than absolutely necessary. This here is a French shutter, but as you see, it's not completely finished because we've got one brace on, which you did in the last live stream. That's when we made these ones. But there's another one up there, and the other shutter requires one as well. So what I do is, before I get a bit carried away, I mark the shutter at what number it is. In this case, it's number 1, so it's the first shutter I've made. And I've got to make sure I mark the shutters so they don't get all, mixed up. So this one is 1. Put it on the top of the shutter. That's the top of the shutter. Put that way around. Upside down. And I'll put this one out of the way then, you see? That's number 1. And that's number 2. That'll be the top as well. Top. 2. That's number 1. There you go. Before I put it down, I'll just shoot a bit of sandpaper. Just not off the arse where the saws splintered the wood a little bit. Tiny amount, but it's gone now. It's gone. Oh, hello, we've got somebody here. Can't be bad. It's not exactly planned. So I'll pass this one through into the other space in a minute, into the other barn next door, which is all cold and on. Got the fire on in there, which is quite nice. A bit warmer. On top of the fires, I better just check it's still okay. So I've lit it. It was okay. And this particular fire can burn sawdust, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's right. That's cool. Whoa, let's put that back on. Smoking the place out. That'll get rid of the bugs. So then I got my bench. Well, I will be clear in a minute. Put my mallet out of the way. I made that years ago. If you can make it, make it. Don't always have to buy everything, do you? No, obviously if you've got the means to do it. Obviously not everybody has. And I'm getting things under my feet here. Got a pile of wood down here. What we cut off the ends of those 2 shutters that were on the bench. Da, 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 da. There you go. Right, that's good. Right, rid of it. So, my head's lovely and warm, by the way. But I want to get one of them Ushanka? One of them Russian hats, after I saw this Truss wearing hers. That's what I want one of them. big furry one. Although, I'll probably say no, I don't want one of them later because obviously it'd be too hot. Who we got here? Hello, Glasgow buddy. How you doing? And Kit Kat. Hi. Hope you all can hear me okay. Oh, dear. Do you know, I bought these radio mics about January, February time, just as this channel got its first 1,000 subscribers, so I could then start live streaming, because that was the goal, that was the idea. And I hadn't really used it much. I used it a bit on the other channel, but not much on this channel. And I get used a lot. Ideal in the workshop, because you're moving about all the while. Oh. It's all good fun. Oh. Yeah, I need to get on with these shutters because customers are going to start moaning if they find that they're not done. And I've uploaded 4 videos on the other channel, so I know before to get them done out of the way. I think I'm getting the hang of my little setup in my studio. I think I'm getting there. Just remembering where everything is without kind of looking for it. You look odd when you're sort of like staring and looking for buttons and on the soundboard. I really want to do a multi-camera setup in here. But I really would suit it in here because then I could have a camera over the bench here, or I could have a camera over there, and basically 4 cameras I reckon I could have running. There's various ways to do it. You can do it using the stream deck that I've got upstairs in the studio. I'll show you where I'm going. I'm going in here. We have a barn. Yeah, well, it's sort of joined us. We're on the hill, you see. That's why I have to step down here, see. Oh, yes, it's a bit of a mess. In case you're wondering, this machine here, this is how I cut the wane edge, or the waney edge off the edge of a board. So I made a rail saw. So this removes the, straightens the board up. At the moment, I come in here because I need these. So this is my messy area. So I've got 3 spaces like this on this side of the driveway. Then I've got the other small barn over there, which is where we store our wood. Apart from this at the moment. Yes, it comes in plastic packets, and I just hate that. The problem is, whenever I get it from the builders merchants, and it's not in plastic packets, it's never straight. And I get so much waste from the actual wood, you know what I mean, because it's so bent. I can't use that on shutters. I have angry customers, and it just won't do. I'll have no work. So that's 3 packets, which should be plenty. But generally what I have to do is sometimes I have to pick out of the packet the best stuff to make the shutters, and whatever's left is used on the shortest shutters. This is what I generally do. But I seem to be working back to front today because the shutter I did last time was one of the shorter ones. Not the shortest, but shorter. So yeah, but it's quite, what I want to do later is the plan above here. We're putting, we've got the ceiling. It's already obviously got the ceiling in there, but above there's floor joists that I put in a few years ago, and we started putting the floor joists through to the barn that way, because this is the central part. There's a big long barn, and we're in the central part of the barn, and over that side is basically the garage with the electric door. That's where my dust extractors are, what have you, and that side, as you saw, was store wood and all the messy stuff. But above here, we want to put a floor in, which then gains access from the house. So the top of the stairs, we can then go through the wall and we'll be straight onto the floor, which will basically be above our head. And that is going to be like an open studio space. So it gets like depth of field behind me. So that will be that'll be the studio later. And sort of like a, I don't know, sort of studio. It'll be a space anyway. But because it's it doesn't require, it's already open. It doesn't require any structural support up there. It can be one big room. That's kind of what we're going to do. Just have one big room up there. It's going to take a bit of work, mind. But I've started. I just need to get all the joists up there. I just need to get the floor in. And above here, which is where we've just been, that space there, there won't be a floor above that. it's going to be it'll be outside. So it'll be a floor, but it'll be effectively the roof. But we'll better walk out from this area onto the roof over there. So I have like a veranda, which is quite nice in the studio. So if I want, I can have controlled daylight lighting. So yeah, that's the idea. Timing and money though, like everything, isn't it? You either got the time and no money, or you got the money and no time. That's what it feels like. The other thing I have to be careful, like you have to think about your value of your property. Are you actually adding any value? Remember, these houses here in France, they're not like the UK. You don't, all the house prices here have gone up the last few years, but they don't grow like they do in the UK. By no means do they grow anything like it. Oh, we've got 5 people here. Hello, Peters. Hello, Ook Bish. Hello, Radio. Kit Kat. Is the bird box done? No, the bird box, I put a coat of paint on it, but I've learnt one thing, it doesn't fly. The TIE Fighter doesn't fly. No. I painted it and left it on the outside workbench underneath the shelter. And about an hour ago I went outside and it was not on the bench. It went for a trip. It was down the garden. We had some high winds last night, some really high winds. A couple of tiles slipped and stuff like that. And anyway, the TIE Fighter went for a bit of a fly. And yeah, the pylon and the solar array wing was somewhere else. But I found it, and I've actually clamped and glued it back up again. So there it is. So we will be resuming the normal programming later on the TIE Fighter. But at the moment, I'm making shutters. So yeah, the bird box will be finished, but it's the other thing is I couldn't do it on Saturday, so I did the shutter instead because I painted them because I've used oil-based paint. That's what I had. It's taking ages to dry in this damp atmosphere. So yeah, we've had a lot of rain last few days as well, which doesn't help. So yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? So yeah, nah, it's not too damaged. It's basically just the boom case because I hadn't put the extra bits of timber in yet, and it's just literally pulled the screws out. So so what I've done is I've screwed it all back together again and clamped it up and glued it all. So that'll be absolutely fine. So I'll put extra bits of timber in the bag and make sure it's got more fixing. But the thing is, once it's in place, it's not really going to be flying, is it? I'm not surprised it broke, considering where I found it. It travelled about 30 metres. The fact that just one boom has come off, I think that's pretty good going, really. Because it's quite heavy. You know, and heavy things hit the ground hard, don't they? So anyway, it's all right. That's back together again now. At least, that's probably the only real flight it's going to get. I wouldn't want to have been the test pilot. Is it? I'm streaming against myself. There is 7 o'clock. There was no one come out. Oh, so there is. Didn't realise how late it was. So yeah, I'm streaming against myself. Yeah, that's another Jacob Rees-Mogg one. That's quite funny. I think it is anyway. I quite liked it. Made me laugh. I quite like doing things like Jacob Rees-Mogg type videos when people are idiots. They're quite. For me, I find those sort of videos quite easy to do. Nah, it's not too damaged. Hope it won. Hello, Mad Monk. How you doing, buddy? Timothy. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to get on with these shutters. So, that's what we're doing. We're making shutters again. That's what I'm doing here. And I thought, oh, what the hell, let's stream it while I'm doing it. But I will have to, obviously, motor along as well. But I will engage as well, you guys and gals. I've got all this stuff on my head. I think I might be overdoing it somewhat. Like, for instance, my head's going to start sweating. There you go. I hate the fact that stuff's in plastic. I know I've said that already, but I really do. But what can you do? It's what's available to you, isn't it? Can't understand why they do it though, because it'd be filthy, absolutely filthy. Because this stuff, it's in the warehouses for God knows how long before it actually ends up on the shelf. That'd be black. That'd be covered in rat poo and stuff as well. Mice running all over it. Yeah, when I get my timber, like for instance the Waynedge timber, like slab sawn oak and stuff like that, sometimes it's absolutely filthy and covered in nasties. So you think, got a machine all this and all that mouse and rat poo and God's what other poo, probably owl poo, owl pellets and stuff, all sorts of horrible nasty stuff on it. And you think your sand is all going to the air and you'll breathe it all in. Lovely. Right. So I have to do the usual. Pick through the bones and make sure I end up with the stuff that's not too, bent. La 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 la. Oh, cheers, Glasgow, for sending me the message over that I'd didn't allow for Greenwich Mean Time. I did actually realise when I was walking the dogs, I thought, crikey, what the hell have I done? What's my bucket out? Just recycling. Yeah, anyway, I managed to change it just in time, so. Which was okay in the end. Oh, it's a straight board, make a change. Oh, still that one. That's a good one as well. Get some good boards. Probably means the whole pack is good. More often not the reason why your boards are, well, it's two main reasons. One is how well have they been stacked when they went into the kiln, because this kiln dried. So that was pretty straight. That's all right. And the other thing is how the grain is in the timber. So this one's got a bit of a bend in it. You have to come out the same packet. Which probably means it's from the same cut, because it goes, it comes one end as a big log, comes out the other end as a volley lamb, such as these. I've got some door shutters to make as well, so got quite a few. Well, God, that one's already bent, so that one's going to be cut down either into a shorter shutter or into rails. So I remove the bend. If it, like I was saying the other on Saturday, if they're not too bad and bent, you can oppose them. So one side goes one. Oh God! You must be able to see how bent that is. Eye down. Can you eye down that? No. Okay. Yeah. That one. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be going into a shirt. That is quite frustrating. Annoying. That was a good one. Yay! Well, it's bent in the opposite direction, so that'll be a trimmed board. That's right. La 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 la. All things are sent to try us. You get away with a bit of a bend, and obviously you can't have too much. Yeah, I want to try and do more streaming in here while I'm working in here, because, don't think it hurts, do it? Get another video up, because I hadn't managed to. I've got a load of videos I've got to edit for this channel that I've done. A lot of it, some of it's like the components that I've made for the desk upstairs. The wedges and stuff for the soundboard and the laptop and the stream deck. Oh God, bendy one. Now I don't need to cut into these boards this time. Oh crikey! Because I've got all the offcuts, for the actual ledges down here, so it's quite handy. Now, I think this shutter is slightly, or the next ones I'm doing, are slightly shorter by about 100 mil. I've got to decide whether or not I'm going to be putting 3 ledges in, or whether it'll be 2. We'll see how it looks, because it can look odd, you see. When you get 3 ledges, you split them too far, and then the braces end up being too much of an angle instead of being, aesthetically. That was right. Is it me, or am I running out of space in this place? I think I am. I think I need to clear up at some point. Got another pack down here. Right. I'll do. I think what I've done with the blade that fell on the floor actually. Did Graham stream anything today? Because I didn't get a notification from Graham today. So I do watch Graham occasionally, but I don't always engage on there because I'm doing stuff. I hear Max has had to rush to, Max must be, had to rush to Ireland for some reason or another. Don't know why that is. Hope he's alright. He might be playing fewer videos. Maybe our gate crashes Tuesday and Friday. Be a bit cheeky, wouldn't it? It'll be cheeky. Not really, no one else is doing it. Maybe Dennis does it. Right. Like desperate souls come to me instead. You have to be. These ones are not. This one's got a bend in it, but it's not like that or like that. The bend's going in the opposite direction. It's more unusual, but it does happen. In some ways, that's more of a pain. It's best to cut that down for a shorter shutter. It's hard to get the boards together, you see, or the actual gap between the boards look weird. They can be touching at each end, or open at each end, and then touching or not touching in the middle. It just looks a bit of a mess. Don't be wrong, when we do shutter work, it's not fine carpentry like that, is it? And that's not like the furniture stuff I've done in the past. God, I made a lovely table a few years back for a customer. It was 4 metres long, 50mm thick oak top. And my God, was that thing heavy. The refractory table. It was absolutely gorgeous. I was really pleased with it. There's a lot of these cool sort of, what they call rivet tables about these days. They're getting quite popular. The one where you have like I don't know, say if you've got a cracker and then you timber, then you fill it with resin and then polish it off, and you can put all stuff in it if you like. To me, it's tacky. I'm not a lover of it, because 9 times out of 10, that sort of stuff, it might seem, oh, that's like Artex, you know. Oh, that's cool. I like that. 3 years down the line, you think, don't like that anymore, and you're stuck with it. That's the problem with trends. Trends aren't great. Not for me anyway, I don't like it anyway. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. This, so these are slightly wider, but not as long as the last shutter. Yeah, so that one, 2 packs plus 1. Okay. It's a 930 shutter, so 1 more board that needs. So I need 1 more straight board, that is. Hopefully that's a straight one. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Nope. Perfecto. Parfait. C'est parfait. Oh. The shutter's not actually that long. It's shorter than the last one, but we'll literally cut off the excess. Got my forehammer. Has anyone heard Jacob Rees-Mogg is going on tour? Oh shit, you're not. Right, look good, those shutters do. Just moving the stuff away from the outfield table. There you go. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it'd be good if I get another shutter done out of the way, because at least the customer will be off my back. Well, they're not on my back anyway, they ain't said anything yet, so that's only fair, isn't it? They paid the money, they paid the deposit, so it's only fair that they get what they pay for. Besides, it'd be good to be paid a bit of money as well later. Keep the wolf from the door. Oh, it's 10 PM tonight, is it, Graham? Cheers, buddy. Okay, over to the saw. This is the thing, I wouldn't be moving the cameras about if I had a multi-camera setup. But I need more. Obviously, I need to push this harder so I can actually get more people. I can't obviously warrant spending loads and loads of money on extra cameras and stuff if I've only got a few people watching. So I need to push it really. I need to put more effort into it. When I'm doing the videos in the studio, I've sort of sussed it now in some ways. I'll be able to save me a lot of time. The only thing is, some people are not so keen on it, and some people do like it, so I don't know what way to go with it, really. Well, I'm looking at this, and it's saying that it wants to be halfway down the middle. That's not helpful. Oh, I'll tell you what I need to get. I need to get my calculator and do my scribbles, so I can work out the sizes, and then I'll know. The possibility this one down the middle might not be one down the middle. If that made any sense, because I don't think it did. I don't often make sense. Right, so 465. It's quite good with you live, because you obviously get a video up at the same time. I know they're ridiculously long sometimes, but that's just me just blabbering on all the while. I can't help myself. I should really shut up really, shouldn't I, most of the time. And another 60mm, that's not one more, about 465 each. It's total width for that one. That's 465. Which makes sense. Now, can I get 465 over here? I think it's going to be an extra. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay, so that's 465. 465. It's going to put me there. There's a reason why that's annoying. I'm going to do, it might sound odd, but I'm going to do this in reverse. So what will look like the bit I'm doing in the middle of the shutter will actually be the edges, and the reason for that is the board I'm going to cut in a minute is going to be cut offset slightly, and that's going to be going to the hinge side. But I don't really want to be doing it from this side, or I could cut that one and swap the bits over. I could do that even. Oh, anyway. It's going to be cuts, whatever happens. Let's slot there. So it's 465. So I know that it's 465 is there. I'll double check I can get 465 on that one. Easy. So it's not quite a whole width of board needed, you see. I don't want a thin piece of board. You can't see, sorry. Basically what it is that, because obviously it's a fixed width, the problem is that I don't want a narrow piece of wood here where the actual end of the shutter is not going to go over the top of the joint of the timber. The end of the rail, sorry, won't go over the top of the of the board. And because of that, this piece here is vulnerable. Even if I glue it, it could be vulnerable. So I'd rather that be on the hinge side. So what I'll do is I'll cut this. I've got my measurement and worked it out to the middle. But I'll cut that, remove that, and either put it on the outside edge or make them in reverse. So the inside will be actually the outside. Have I confused you? Because I sort of confused myself. But I think I know what I'm doing. Oh dear. These things, I don't know. Why can't any people just have plastic shutters? Yeah, they do plastic shutters here, just like you get your plastic fascias and plastic windows and plastic this and plastic that. And they're god awful. The whole idea of a shutter is to be secure. And those things are, you know, I know if you hit them with a hammer, you bounce off unless it's gone all, this is old and brittle. They just look awful. They just don't look right. In France, you might not, unless you obviously lived in France, then you probably already know. But in France with shutters, your mairie, which is like your mayor, your council, they can tell you what colour is allowed for your shutters. Now, years and years ago, shutters would be all sorts of lovely colours. These days, you're restricted. They're almost like, you know, you can only have Tom Pierre, which is like a magnolia, you know, or something like that, or, you know, there's a limited colour range. Look, isn't that boring? The whole thing, historically, you know, France is known for its colourful shutters. And then you get some areas that want you to, you know, just be a sheep. I just remembered something here. If I cut this bit of wood, I don't like waste, you might notice that. If I cut this bit of wood, you know, now, without cutting it to length, I'm going to have a fairly large offcut I ain't really got much use for. So it makes sense that this board is cut to the length I want it to be, or just over. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to just put a mark on here. This one's got to be 1535, so I'll just do it slightly over. And then I wouldn't have a length of board. In this case, it's about 800 or 900 mil long. That will be not very usable. So there we go. I'm going to just chop that down. Because now I've got this board. That's quite a big bit of wood, isn't it? Just a waste. Well, this stuff is quite expensive now. It didn't used to be too bad. But it's yeah, prices have gone up. It's gone up by about 70%. Since about October time it started getting really crazy last year. But hey yo, everyone's in the same boat. I just told the customer it cost more money. And she was fine with that. Remember my little nail screw in the end of my push stick that allows you to pull it out of the way? Stops you from leaning over your spinny blade, or being tempted to anyway, because obviously you shouldn't do that. So let's take it to the bench. You're coming with me. Oh, no, not like that. Oh. Oh, it's all fun in the workshop. So, that one is going to go there. When I said I'm going to swap it over, I've got a choice. What I can do is I say, okay, then I'm going to put it, that one, that's going to go there, that's correct. What's it going to go over there? Nope, it's going to go over here. No. Oh, it's raining again. It's always raining these days. And although last time I cut the tongue off here on each one and opposed it. This time I'm not doing that, so because we'll do it back to front, because that blooming board had to be a skinny bit, which is a bit annoying, but here's the skinny bit. What I really ought to do is, yeah, just put a bit of, take that rough old edge off. Because last time I planed the whole shutter, but it's easy to paint a bit of wood. So this, you can do this over the thickness, over the planer, electric planer, or electric plane, or in my case, I'm going to use my Stanley Bailey number 7, which I use all the time whenever I can, even though it's a bit of sport out of that really, but that'll be right. You know what? Good for fire starting old shavings are. There you go. Let's take that out of sausage, a bit splinter. There you go. So that is basically the length of the shutters. They're not very big ones, these aren't. And obviously I'll cut this off the same way I did the other shutter with my jig. And I've really got to plane the other one up as well while I'm at it. Glasgow, Geraldine sent me a message saying that the chat replay from last night wasn't coming up, wasn't working. But I just tried it earlier, and it was coming up, so I don't know why that is. It was turned on as standard, you know. So I checked it and it was still turned on. The thing about chat replay though is if you trim your video at all, chat replay goes away. You don't get chat replay if you trim the video. So if you want, say, like for instance when Graham does his videos, or even Max, you know, and you get that long period at the beginning waiting for it to go live, you've got a video there that isn't really suitable for replay. You know, because you've got that big period. You know, if you know, yeah, like with season, we know the score, don't we? But if you've got a video like, for instance, like you know, a new customer site, a new viewer, and you think, oh, what's this all about? Oh, this is boring. They might not be savvy enough. You know, you have got Brexiters after all. You know, they might not be savvy enough to realise that you've got to wait for it to start, or you know, or skip ahead. I think that's there. Nearly. That don't feel right. Is that square? Is it square? I don't know if it is. Problem with this is because it's so long, you can't see if they're touching. You feel it on. Yeah, you feel it. If they're touching the actual fence at the end, the one that's clamped on the end of the bench. Oh, the xylophone! Not quite. Oh, a video on the other channel about Keir Starmer getting death threats. God and Bennett. That's encouraged some hate. Some people really don't like Keir Starmer. I don't really care one way or the other about Keir Starmer, you know. But what I do care about is when people start getting death threats. I think that's there's no excuse for it. They're getting comments from people who regularly comment on the channels. They're saying things like, oh, he brought it upon himself. Okay. You know, whether you like the guy or not, to me, that's irrelevant. There you go. Takes all sorts, I suppose. I'll tell you what I have grown since I started doing that channel. Not this one so much. Or even this one, I've had some pretty funny old comments. Sarky old comments, you know. You grow a thick skin. Again, I can be quite offensive towards Brexiters anyway in my videos because I think they're stupid. Sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but crikey, there are limits. Anyway, that's not what this is about, is it? No, it's about wood. I'm playing in my workshop with my toys and a load of wood. Oh, got to play with something, you know. Oh dear. Live isn't too bad, really, is it? Yeah, no, right, Glasgow. Yeah, that's a totally unnecessary comment, and he wasn't pulled up on it. But then again, I suppose at the end of the day, as he was doing basically he's following code. But he does miss things. He ain't always that quick off the mark. Sometimes he has to get prompted by somebody else. Ah, Glasgow saying I wouldn't touch live streams with editing. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it's not live stream then, is it? No. Oh, it is a very sharp blade, mate. Byron, I'm making shutters again. I've got a job on. I've got a list of shutters I've got to make. Here's my list of shutters that I have to make. And I thought, what the hell, I'll stream at what I'm doing. I might as well, mightn't I? You know, there's another video on the channel. And I was feeling a bit guilty because I hadn't uploaded any other videos. I've got loads I've got to edit of things that I've made. And I thought, I need to get something on here. So I thought, oh, I want to just stream. I'm making it. So, yeah. If you only had a decent mechanical pencil, you can get some pretty cool ones, can't you? The ones with the thick leads in and stuff. You know, I've never ever had one of those. I do have a pencil sharpener on the wall over there. Do you want to see my pencil sharpener? That's my pencil sharpener on the wall. And I usually go for like 2B leads and stuff as well, so it's just slightly softer. It's not necessary. If you've got like with ordinary pencils, yeah, you need to go a bit softer, because if the lead's too hard on an ordinary pencil, it just breaks the lead all the time on the wood. But yeah, so I go for like 2B normally. But if I use, look, I don't know, a square, I've got one in there. I've got my Festool pencil, which is absolutely rubbish. But if I'm using a square pencil, such as one of Stadler's or something, sorry, if I find them, yeah, the ones that don't roll off your bench, I don't particularly like them, because you can never get a sharp point edge on them. Yeah, point on them, so you end up like a thick, yeah. Or when you use a straight edge, you don't run along the edge of a straight edge with a square pencil, you end up drawing a line away from the straight edge. So I just tend to use, yeah. But yeah, I've seen some of them mechanical pencils, actually quite good though, some of them are, aren't they? Hello, gingers. I know it late. I just thought, in the workshop off off stream, but what the hell? So I did. Oh, here. I'm not getting a cold head, look. No. I've got the fire on, and that's trundling along. Yeah, he does. You are right. Sometimes cheap stuff isn't that great, is it? Saying that, I've bought some cheap stuff, and it's been really good. Like my pyrography iron I've got, absolutely brilliant. That cost me 30 quid, and that's cheap. So that thing's great. My soldering iron, which has got the thermostatically controlled temperature on it, that's absolutely brilliant. And that was cheap. So yeah, I've got some cheap Chinese type stuff, because it's either that or nothing. And so you do get some decent stuff. You just got to know what you're looking at, really. Saying that, there's a lot of it is absolute rubbish, and you regret it. You think, oh crikey, why don't I just buy something better in the first place? Like my webcam upstairs. I got that Logitech one. I had it a while, mind. I bought the Logitech webcam, and it wasn't that cheap. It was about 80 odd quid when I bought that. It was a C930 or something. That was one that people were recommending. Nah, it's rubbish. And then I bought that new one that I was using last night, the face cam. I'm very pleased with it. It's really good. I think it's good anyway. I think I look beautiful in it. Yeah. But then it wasn't particularly cheap for a webcam. But I was looking. The funny thing about it is I looked at a Logitech. I was looking at a Logitech one, because what they call Logitech Stream Cam, and I thought, well, yeah, okay, I'll look at that. And that was on special offer. I thought, oh, that's not too bad a price, because it's usually similar, sort of, just a little bit cheaper than the face cam. And so I looked at it and I thought, okay, I'm going to buy that then. Being it was on offer, it wasn't too bad a price. I had to do something. And at the time, Caroline just said to me, well, just check the other one out to make sure the price of that's okay. And then, so I did. And that was also on special offer. The face cam, or the better one. So I bought it. That's what I'm using at the moment. So that was about €50 off. So, very good offer. Normally, for webcam, it was like 150 quid I paid for this webcam. But it's got a proper lens on it. That's the difference. It's a proper fixed lens. So I'm quite impressed with it for a webcam. What I found with the other webcams, any highlights, it just bleaches all the detail out. Look like a ghost. And obviously, I'm worth spending money on. Oh, dear. I do dream. Alright, that's what it's 465. I'll take 60 off each side, so it's 405. So I need rails at 405. And now I need to decide on whether or not we're going to be putting 3 or 2 rails on these shutters. Possibly going to be 2, because it can be over the top with 3 if the shutter isn't that long. And, oh, there. God, my blinds about, I am. So that'll be there. Right, so that'd be one there. Fairy. One, and that'll be there. Oh, see that? To have one in the middle of that, I think it's going to be too much. So I normally say 1500, but up to 1500. It's borderline between the two, but I think 3 is going to look awful. Yep, 3's going to look awful. It's going to be 2s. I need 4 at 405. It's a shame that these are a bit long. Why have I got some shorter ones lying about somewhere? Because 4 of those, 405, that's a shame. Oh, if only it was that much longer, I'd have got 2 out of each. I'll see if my other offcuts are any shorter, which I don't know if they are, because I think I used them, didn't I? Let me just have a look. I might have to use them. That's annoying. Don't like waste. Oh, got into the hole. What we got? No. Okay. I suppose it's not going to be waste, because it could be a bird box. God, I've got to make a lot of bird boxes. We've got trees in, by the way. We've been getting trees in the ground. Done 18 so far. I've got to give credit to my dear wife. She was out there digging holes. Oh, Caroline was. I should see narrow shutters here. Oh, there is narrow shutters. Maybe the offcuts will fit that. That's handy. So that probably will go to waste anyway. Anyway, I've got to make loads of bird boxes. And what makes... We've also got owls in the barn next door. And they're in the barn, but the place up for sale. I'll say next door, it's a little way up. Yeah, we are pretty isolated here. It's about... next door is like 150 metres away. And it's empty. So, yeah, we haven't got much in the way of neighbours. I kind of like it because I make a lot of noise. So, anyway, there's got to be 405, because if you remember last time I was saying I need 60mm, so it's 20mm on one edge, and it needs to be 40mm short on the other edge to make way for the mechanism for the locking the shutters, but also I like not to have the rails right up to the edge in case you've got to trim the shutter. It just seems to be logical to me. That's the thing, it's when you make the shutters, but also you used to fit, and you know firsthand the problems it can cause if you've made them full width. That'd be quite annoying. Oh, I've got 11 people there. That's not bad. But you're an off chance of streaming, you know. Hello, sir. Do it. Oh. No, as the number crunch in this house. Oh, yeah. Oh, $2. And someone else, there is hardly anything in the world that some man cannot make a little worse and sell a little bit cheaper. And the people who consider only the price are the man's lawful prey. Yeah? Yeah. The thing about price, you've got to be careful, it's not always the most expensive things that are the best. Either, it works both ways, I suppose. It's like a lot more G clamps there. They're I've got a load of Record and Woden and stuff like that, G clamps. But they're old ones I've collected over many years. And some of them inherited. You can never have too many clamps. It's golden rule, you know. I suppose you could. But for me, I'd have to be a ridiculous amount. I've got about 450 clamps I have. Mixed F clamps, mainly F clamps. Probably got about 90 to 100 G clamps. What's in the other room as well? I think I've got about 50 or 60 sash clamps. And loads of F clamps and various other different clamps I've got. But it's about, I did count one, so it was about 450. So what do I do with my stop? Oh, here it is. What is that? Steady. Do that on there like it. Oh, no, just like that. Yeah, just like that. And I'm going to get a clamp on there so I can then use it as my stop for the rails. See, these clamps here, I got them from a company called, was it Axman's or Rutland's? It's in the UK. They bought, you know, I bought them, they come here. I bought these ones while I was here. I bought a 10 pack of 6-inch G clamps or 150mm G clamps. Or C clamps, depending where you are. Either way. They are actually really good clamps. And I was 10 for like 60 quid. Which is actually a really good price for a 150mm G clamp. And they've been really good as well. I haven't had no problems with them anyway. That's alright. I need 2 more. Clearing the floor, just so I can make some more mess on the floor. Now when you can buy the rails already machined up, what have you, if you really want to. But I think it's silly, considering that 9 times out of 10, you end up with, you know, material left over. They're not all going to be 2.4 metres long, are you, the shutters? Which are the good ones. Aha! Those ones. So these will be relegated. I need a new skill saw at some point, so I need to think about that. Mine's crabbing. I did mention it last time, didn't I? But I was going to have a look tonight, actually, but I forgot. I've got memory like a sieve. I'll tell you what it is, though. I'm trying to burn a candle at both ends, and I go to bed ridiculously late because I'm constantly trying to do stuff. Then I do the live stream, and then I end up being way too late on there, don't I? You know, I went like over 3 hours yesterday. Time just flies. Anything else I would like to be able to, with the other channel, I want to be a bit more spontaneous, because I'm sort of like scripting it at the moment, which is okay, but it feels a little bit cold to me. I'd like to be able to be a bit more, you know, off the cuff sort of thing. But I do worry that I'm going to make mistakes, because I struggle remembering stuff. I can't help it, I'm a natural born warrior. We've got oak trees in. What else we got to get in? We've got we put all those silver birches. They're all in. Hopefully they'll survive. I did trim them right down though, because they were a bit. When we were digging them up, we didn't realise how big they were until we put them in the trailer. And then when we brought them home, we thought, crikey, these are a bit oversized. We're going to have to trim them down to remove some of the growth. Oh crikey! Do you know what? I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm really not thinking straight. There you go. I've got to do the other side as well. Yeah, so we trimmed them down to length, make a bit shorter. You can with silver birch anyway, so it's not really a problem. So we kind of pollarded them and then removed a lot of the growth, just leaving some growth on it, but very little. Because in the summer, because we're planting them now, we want to obviously have enough root growth by the time in the summer. And if it doesn't, the tree could die because it's not going to have enough root growth to sustain the leaf area of the tree, and then it could die. So we need to make sure that we want the roots to establish. In the first year, we don't worry about. Obviously, next year, hopefully, if the roots had enough chance to get established, and then you know, that'll be a good one then. But the next batch, I think we're going to make sure we get smaller ones. If we get small silver birches from my friend Keith, you know, cheap as chips. Just means that we get more trees that way. buying the fruit trees this weekend. We'll pick them up. The nursery has got some coming in for us as well. Please don't stock them all. We're very conscious of price though, because although obviously the GoFundMe has been really brilliant for that, and obviously thank everybody that's donated, because it's fantastic. But we're very conscious of of being able to spend the money wisely, if that makes any sense. So we hadn't rushed into it and gone mental. Oh yeah, let's go down there and buy the trees now, pay whatever that is. It don't matter. It's not our money. No. I feel I've got a responsibility to people who've done, been very kind, and it's a cause, I suppose, isn't it? It's a cause. Yeah, if we save a bit of money on each tree, it might mean an extra tree, a couple of trees. It might be even, for the amount of trees we're putting in, it could be 50 new trees. I'll use hand plane this time, not using electric. Makes too much noise! Noise pollution! There's something about hand plane anyway, I just love using it. And quite frankly, it's either as quick or quicker. Save the planet. I am one of these believers, though, if we all did something, we'd make a difference. We all need to do something. No matter how little it is, we all need to do something. My father was not bought, hey, there he was. He'd tell you, oh, I recycle my waste, he goes. And then he was burning plastic in his garden. Not any old plastic, bits of fiberglass from boat building. In the suburbs of Norwich. 3-bedroom, semi-detached house is building a 36-foot motor cruiser in his driveway. Can you imagine the poor neighbours? Crikey, I was so embarrassed. and then he got cancer and died. And I had to get this flipping boat out of his driveway. I've been organising the crane to move that boat. Oh, crikey. It's a nightmare. The point is, that stretch of the road, remember it's in the suburbs, people just park on the road. A lot of people didn't have driveways. So to get the crane down there, not just on outside the house, but we had to get permits to stop people parking on the road from the nearest side road, for the access road. So get the flipping crane in there. It's nuts. Originally, it was going to be dragged out, on chocks and dragged out with winches and stuff. But that wasn't my dad's plan. My dad's plan was a crane. But we were hoping we could drag it out on chocks. That's what we used to do in the old boat yards. We pull it back of the water up the slipway, on greasy ways and stuff. But there wasn't enough width in the road to be able to pull the boat. It's 36 foot long, 11-foot beam. It wasn't small. So there you were. I have to get. Oh yeah, okay, he's a Brexter, but he was skilled. Crikey. Yeah, no taste. But everything he'd done is well done. Do you know what I mean? Beautiful stuff. And very engineerative. I can remember, old boat Daddy used to have on the Broads that he built. That was plywood. Again, plywood boat. Wessex epoxy system on it, which is basically like fiberglass over top of the plywood. And this boat called Cadlymar, what he had was the steering system was ingenious and it was neat. You'd think it'd be rare, because you'd think it'd be really sort of like Heath Robinson, but it was made out of old bike parts, bike hubs and stuff like that. Like crank hubs, not bike hubs, old bike cranks. And the actual tiller on top of the rudder that came up through the hull and the stern tube for the rudder tube was the crank. It was a push bike crank with a cotter pin. The old-fashioned ones. So he's a clever soul. And the drive system, it was off the steering. Wasn't all just cables and stuff. He did it with the chain drive, which was the sprocket of a bike, you know, behind the steering wheel. And then it'd go to the smaller gear, which would be the gear at the back. And obviously it'd be a fixed wheel. And then it run to a rod down the side of the hull. And that's just a round rod, yeah, just a straight rod in bearings to the rear, to the stern, sorry, to engage with the rudder via, you know, the bike crank. It's flipping clever. I've got to go in his dues, but he's a Brexiter. Urgh! Devil. I find that very hard to respect, but there you go. I would. Yeah. Right, there you go. Right, so now we've got to take the edge off here. Oh, you can't see my beautiful face. Ah. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because I'm a bit conscious that I'm going to use this machine over here, and I'm sure it probably rattled your eardrums last time. So I'm going to take my microphone off, and I'll put it over here. You'll still hear me, but it won't be quite so loud. So I'm going to just clip that above here. Up here. So while I machine these, because obviously it's going to be too close to the machine. That'd be too loud, I imagine. I wouldn't like it. I was thinking about it earlier. I thought, oh, that's a bit silly. People's eardrums, you'll hear that. Enough. Last time I was doing it, but it might be someone new, I don't know. So you do the ends first, you get that breakout on the end. That's terrible, doesn't it? But obviously, if you do the ends first, and then when you do the sides, that will remove all that. That'll be gone. So then you have a reasonable finish. Side of it of wood, so you don't end up going cutting too far into the wood. If you didn't have one, you have to make sure your fence is rigid. Otherwise, yeah, At the moment the fence can move a little bit, but that's fine. But you just make sure you lubricate that with a bit of thin oil, like 3-in-1 oil or something like that, you know, just a general purpose. Yeah, bug oil is okay. Even, well, any old oil, any old oil. No, okay. Did no good, but I never thought it would. Right, let's go that way. Oh, Bernard's done different jobs most days. I thought quite interesting what you're doing the other day. I've done site work for ages. For years, in fact. I have to admit, like, quality is obviously better overpriced. But depending if you afford it, really, isn't it? I suppose. Sometimes it's a case of you go without, otherwise you just if you're hell bent to get the best quality stuff. Like my Festool, it's the only machine of its type. My Festool Dominant Downer. I had no choice. I had to buy that or nothing. So I put my money where my mouth is. So there's no choice. But sometimes I just if it does the job, I'm not too worried. Oh, PEWC code software. You could be anywhere then, really, can't you, do your kind of work? That's one of the things I quite like doing the YouTube. You can be anywhere. And when I have my little trip back, when I visit the UK and see the family, I'm going to carry on making videos. Definitely. Let's see how ridiculous it all is. I know a lot of places are closed down. All they're turned into second-hand shops, like coolie type places, Poundlands and stuff like that. And if anyone knows now, there's a place called Anchor Square. Even I was there, that had usable shops in there, but it seems to have gone the direction of Poundland type, charity shops and stuff like that. Quite a shame, really. And it's not just with COVID, and it's not just. I think my compressor. Oh, and I'm forgetting. Put my microphone back on. I do apologise. There you go. Probably got hair in my beautiful voice. E-boy gum. Oh, that's the better one. That's what I want. So now, this is the outside edge, like it was before. But instead of trimming that edge, I'll be trimming the middle. And each shutter needs to be 465 wide, which is half of 930. So I'll put on 465. And this is shutter 2. I'll put 2 on there. 2 on there. So, just remind me later. Just do it while you think about it, obviously forget. And I generally do. Can't help it. It's in the genes, the genes. Blame the Levi's. Right. I think over the years I got used to having stuff that's not always the best of anything, you know what I mean? Because, it's not everything. I do have some good tools and stuff like that, to be fair. I also had some mediocre stuff. But when you've got a large family, even though the tools obviously what earns the money to allow you to support your family, sometimes even that has to give sometimes. So you struggle to get the job done because your gear's mediocre. My business in the UK, that was we used to do grounds maintenance as well as building. And obviously I was doing all the woodworking building side with my little team. My son Wayne was looking after the grounds maintenance side with his little team. And we did have good machines. You had to. Because obviously, if you didn't do the job. Domestic gear for that kind of work, especially on the where's my roller gone? Where's my other roller gone? What, we have a roller? Oh, there it is. When you're doing that kind of work, it's so important to have. Domestic machines would never cut the grass that Wayne's little team was having to cut. It was all meadow stuff and verges, and we used to do a lot of verge work. Oh, crikey, council stuff. And then we used to do the fields as well. Big old ransom gangs. You're talking expensive machinery. I had what I tell you what, one machine I had. If you do a search on my name, Marcus Care, and Pitch Care or Ransom Spider, you'll see a picture of me from years ago when I bought a radio-controlled slope mower. That thing was awesome. It's very, very good, clever machine. It's actually made by, built and designed by Czech Republican company, but imported by Ransoms and Ipswich. Yeah, cost me 20 grand. A flipping radio control lawnmower. But we used to cut banks, you see, and talk about the docks and the M20 and all that. Around the docks, maybe around Dover, Felixstowe, we used to do as well, and we used to do all the banks. You know, like for instance, if you've ever been to Felixstowe, if you go on, at the beach there, and you've got all the little chalets and stuff, and the banks go down to the chalets. We used to cut all that as well. And talking about gas, interconnector down Backton Gasworks, we used to do all that with this machine. Yeah, we had really good contracts. It was a slope mower, that's what it was. It was also designed for cutting slopes. So we did like reservoirs and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. So although it was a lot of money, it earned money. Yeah, good money. But like anything like that, as soon as the money stops flowing as it was, well, things get difficult. And in that recession, it got very difficult because although the money went flowing, we had huge debts. So yeah, that was difficult times. Very, very stressful. What have I done? I'll put oil in this, as I didn't bother last time. And where is my? Oh, crikey! Where's my oil pot gone? Like that. I know. I'll put it in I'll dribble some in for a change, since I can't find it. I really need complete emptying there, really, and starting again and finding everything and putting everything where it belongs. When I was away at Ginger Island, I haven't actually had a chance to sort anything out since I've been back. I hadn't had as much reason to be in there. I think that's part of the thing. I've been so busy with the other channel. You can get inline oilers, but usually I use a little pump thing. Not pump. It's like it's got a little valve in the end. It's an oil tub with a little valve in the end, an oil bottle, and that works really well. I don't know what I've done with it. It's around here somewhere. But you do have to oil it. Pop. Something else I need. I need to drain the water out of the blooming compressor. Because obviously compressors, because it's sucking air in all the time, there's air in the moisture in the air, isn't there? Humidity in the air, and that gets trapped in the cylinder, the compressor, the pressure container, pressure cylinder, and then it just condensates inside there and ends up building up the bottom of the compressor. Why is that? Oh, sorry, phew. Get worried then. Right, there. Everything for space in between, that's good. Done. So the good thing is when you're using the when you do it, with screws and plugs and what have you. And the nice thing about that is clamping is never an issue because obviously the screws are pulling everything tight. Whereas the nails don't do that. Because once I get this all together, I'll just put the clamps on like I did on the other one. So that just give the extra bit of squish. Bit of a squish. Yeah. I've just done that. I should have done that one at the same time. I don't mind. I'm not thinking straight. Yeah, the radio control slope motors are amazing things. There are 4 wheels on. Each wheel's driven individually or hydraulic. And they all steered together as well. So it literally crab steer basically. So you can, go one way and then straight back the other way. There's no turning involved. You just turns on itself. It wasn't a huge, it didn't have a huge cut, it was only about a metre cut on it. But there gets rough cut, so. There you go. Did the other one think about it? Is it all together? All together. Got the right side, good idea. So that one, got to work on the outside edge, and then the waist is cut off in the centre in this case. So it's back to front from last time. Yeah, if you watched my video, the Monsieur Petroli video, that's a bit crazy. But if you ever watched that, that's the machine I was using to cut the grass there. That was for my work as well. That was yeah, I said what we have here to cut the grass. The Fez tool, not Fez tool, the Ferris, 0-turn Ferris. That's a beast as well. But you know. It's not exactly coil cast or Flymo. It's not ideal for here though, because here we could do a flail mower really. Don't be wrong, it cuts the grass okay, but you've got to cut it every single week, or at least every 10 days, because it's a finishing mower. Whereas when you a place like this. Our meadows don't really cut every week, do they? That's silly. In fact, we want to leave some areas for, but if we don't cut it, we won't be able to cut it. And it's just like it's a bit like it is at the moment, really. But that'd be fine because when the grass is cold, there's no strength in it, which means it cuts really easy. So we've got to do it quite soon, actually, because now we're digging holes to plant trees. It's quite hard when you've got long grass. In fact, it's a pain in the neck. There you go. Oh, anyone got any ideas for sound effects? Whenever I think of them, I forget. That's the problem. And because I'm doing stuff, I'm not in a position necessarily to write them down, or I just, or I just forget to write them down. Oh, what about that? Yeah, that'd be a good one. And I forget. Da, 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 da. I love nail guns. Oh dear me. Put that away. It's got its own little house on the end here. Made its own little rack. So, next. So that one's gonna. Oh, that's done. It's just the edge of the thing. There's the arrows is off. So what I could do with making some long reach clamps for making shutters. Ones I can actually or some sort of clamping press. So as you're putting the nails in, you clamp it up tight. and then you can, you know, once the nails are in, you can just relax it. That's what I could do with. I love this machine. It's probably my favourite plane. It's the one I use most of the time. Big, heavy, and just does the job. My Stanley Bailey, number 7. Been looking out for number 8 Stanley Bailey, but they're quite rare. They're rare like rock and roll shit. That's what my dad used to say. Right. Good. Some glue in that. So close to the edge. Really enough meat on that to. It's on that end. It's got a bit on that end, but not this end. That's right there. Now I'm whacking a couple of nails in there. Make sure of it. It's on the hinge side, so the hinge will be going. We'll trap it all. I'll put another one in here. That's it. Stick another one in there just in case. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, coffee. Oh, lovely and hot. Jig. Not the Irish jig, no. So do one at a time. Now, one thing I could have done with doing it, I might do it now. Might make a little modification on this. I didn't do it before. I might not do it now. The modification, on the other one, I cut a round hole in there, so it was like a viewing portal, so you could see your line a lot easier. But I didn't do it on this one for some reason. So it makes it hard to see the line that you need to cut. So I did. So I might see if I can just cut that in now. I'll do it with force of it. Hopefully it will cut okay, being there's a slot in it. Might not, but then you'll see me mess up. You know you want me to. So on the pillar drill, put the Forstner bit in. It's basically a drill for drilling flat holes. I was going to see if I just drill a hole just there, just so I can use it as a viewing portal so I can see where my line is on my piece of wood. I need to sacrifice something. What use that? I won't be sacrificed, will get used again, don't worry. I won't have waste. Be anywhere along there, don't have to be right at the edge. Oh hang on, I got upside down, might be better. Yeah, that's a better idea. Yes, this loads better. Right. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. So far, so good. Modification done. That's basically what I want to do. Basically what it is that it's hard to view your line through here because we're on the shadow, you see. So I put a little hole in it. It's my little viewing window. Ooh, my glory hole. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Right. Aha! Parfait! C'est parfait! Perfect. So now I can see the line through that hole I just created. Let's move this away from there. I want to do one at a time. I don't want them to one to encourage the other. And this is what I need to replace, is this, because it's crabbing. In other words, the blade in line with the fence. Oh, got some wood. Now, if you weren't here earlier, I was saying that I haven't been able to get the wood yet for those braces. Basically, I haven't got them in stock at the moment, so I need to. So I thought myself, so I'll get these bits done. So at least get them sort of glued up and cut to length and what have you, and almost there, and just leave doing the braces. I say braces because it's a ledge and brace. We use a diagonal brace that takes the load from the along here. Yeah, from the gravity. Bit. Have longer arms. You do longer legs as really. That's what I could do as well. Check length though, that'll make sense. Boom, 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 boom. So how long is this one again? Where's my bit of paper gone? It fell on the floor! That was the air gun, I blew that over there. It's 1535 long, we'll check that. Got a funny feeling. That's 1535. Fraction. Fraction. So I'm going to recut that just a little bit on the long side. There. Oh, I see what's happened. Always wait for the saw to stop, otherwise you're at risk of cutting into your jig. Been there, done that. We cut off those yet, so that's good. That one's just got to be trimmed to width. You see my little sander, hand sander? I'll show you in a second. That's actually quite, I thought it was quite an ingenious idea of mine. I should patent it. Probably already something about it like it anyway. But it worked a treat. Oh, there you go. Double check that. Double check. Measure twice, cut once. C'est parfait. Even though I cut twice a minute ago. Moved. This is when I should have clamped it. No, it didn't move. It moved. It didn't move. It just felt like it moved. Not gone away. Oh, it's another shutter. Oh no, it's not. More rails. There's a little sander here that here's one I made earlier. So basically what it is, you see my sander I use with the amplifier angle grinder. It's just one of them bases. Normally they come with little spigots, you can put an electric drill as well, but I usually have one of them on top, on my angle grinder, which is here. I use it for rapid sanding. Yeah, it's one of those, yeah? Exactly the same. So I thought, oh, I know, I need a hand sander. To fit my ergonomically designed hand sander, so I made this. That, got a handle. So that's the spigot that comes with that to go in an electric drill. So I machined it out, what have you, and made it so it fits my hand nicely and I grip it nicely. Two of them. I'll stop now. Yeah, so anyway, that's my ergonomic handle. Everyone saw that, I think it was one of them climbing things, weren't you? And as it comes through, what I've done is that if you look, there's a little tiny hole, so it comes through the top right through, yeah, that's cleaned it all off. And a little tiny hole there, and there's one on the other side there as well. And basically what it is, I drove a brass pin, drill the hole first, and drove a brass pin to lock it into place. And put the iodite in there as well. Yeah, epoxy resin. So now I've got it sort of handled, it just screws on the treats like that. So now, yeah, ideal little hand sander. Just replace the blazer, discs. It works a treat, it does. Oh, I bet you gingers. Oh, you're so clever. It'll go to my head, it will. I don't know about that. I can make millions. Oh, I can be like Elon Musk with my hand sander. If I could get steel toe cat slippers, so would I. Oh, Ginger said I wear slippers all day. Yeah, but Ginger's just doing crochet. I might drop a needle on your foot. What else do you make, Ginger? Is it just crochet and knitting and stuff like that, or do you do other kind of crafts that you sell? It'd be pretty cool. My daughter's got a little website that she's trying to build up, what have you, and I don't mind actually on my woodworking site if you've got a website there, but I could, I frame it into that if you like, embed it into my website as well, so you get a little bit extra coverage. What views I get on that? It's not quite so many views. I was getting around 15 to 20,000 views a week on that website. It's gone down a bit now. It's about 6 to 8 now because I hadn't been doing anything on it. You see, it's like YouTube. If you don't do anything on it, it gets a little bit less active. What's up, Veg Pie? Veg Pie said, I work from home, but I got this week off. What's happened, Veg Pie? Glasgow, goodbye, because they didn't have the mic on. Well done, buddy. You're on the ball. Oh. What? What? Do it? You got an email asking me to share my love notes to all shorts. What? What? No, I'm lost. I really am lost. What's that? Oh dear. Glasgow, sometimes we should work. Yeah, I bet sometimes, especially up there, crying, I bet it's so cold working on site. Crikey, I can remember that. Yeah, oh, crikey, talking about cold. When I was working in London, we used to, I might tell you a story before, we used to clad blocks of flats in London with either Resoplan or Granitex and insulate and what have you. Made an all posh look building. One of them was Cat Hill in East Barnet. No, but we did about 6 blocks in Grays, in Thurrock. Don't go there. No, the place is rough, really rough. Anyway, they were all originally there was like brick-clad built towers, 13 stories, and these things called mast climbers, and they're literally just explain it. Think of a square scaffold going up the side of the building, but it's got gears on it, and you're on a platform, 8 meters wide platform, and you're going up this meter square column, and that high, and the wind, oh crikey! But then it's the cold, we did it all for the winter, and our compressor that we used for the riveters that we were using, the air rivet guns, the air riveters, and then the compressors, because obviously the cold and the air would freeze, the compressors would struggle, almost jam up, and then they trip the electric out for the lift. So there we are, stuck all the way up there in these flipping lifts. And you've got 2 choices. You either go down on the brakes, and there's like 2 brakes, one on each gear, like that, on top of the motors. So dual motors. So you do that, and when you've got 8 meter wide platform, if you don't balance it quite right, so you're coming down, it's like on 8 meters, it's like, coming down the side of this building like that. Oh crikey, your heart goes into your mouth. It does, I tell you. It's scary. So either that, or you get the broom that you took up with you, because knowing full well your compressor was going to trip out, and the trips are under the platform. So you think of this platform, and underneath it you've got all the gears and the motor and stuff like that, or motors underneath that drives you up and down, and that's where the fuse box is that kept tripping out for the compressor. And so yeah, we're hanging at the blue door all the way up there, flipping hell. Oh, with a broom handle trying to trip the flipping electric back onto the platforms. The things we used to do. And that's when we're in the EU. God knows what's going to be like now. So yeah, that was quite scary. So yeah, mast climbers up. This is in Grays in Thurrock, and these were counter blocks of flats, and they were rough. I've been saying snobby, but crikey. What made me, I did feel a little bit sad when these young families and they're really nice people, what have you, and then the next door neighbours are a complete and utter, horrid people. It's just, it doesn't work. Those ones, you put them in prison. They're probably Brexiters anyway. Oh dear. Oh, because of Valentine's Day. So you could do a public love note, are you? Love you. Oh, I didn't realise that. So YouTube wants people to send love notes for Valentine's Day to creators for some reason. I get notified all shorts. And none of the others. That's hilarious. It's because I'm special. Oh dear. Oh, so tell the missus. Was it our secret? Crikey, Gingers, -7. Crikey, that's so cold and windy. Yeah, we had crazy winds last night, Gingers. I don't know if you heard earlier, but the TIE fighter went for a flight. So I left it on the workbench outside. So I painted it, you see. I get a first coat of paint on it, and it went flying. Yeah, literally. And it broke its wing off. So it's sitting over here at the moment. I don't know if you might have, anyway, sitting over there, all clamped up again, trying off it again. So it has had a test flight and failed. Might be because it didn't have a pilot. It needs a pilot, that's what it needs. Yeah, so. No worries, that's fine. Oh, so biggie. Oh, cherry pickers. We used to use cherry. The worst one I've been up on a cherry picker was at Great Yarmouth, Cabell Road in Great Yarmouth. Was it? Or was it up Cromer? Ooh, it might have been Cabell Road. Anyway, I used to work for a guy, Bob Gotts, and he used to buy up the properties and basically make them into flats for social housing. And basically, his customer was the council, and they paid him every month, and he didn't have to do too much fuss. And basically, his property was really simple, but he had to obviously by certain rules. And obviously, they mustn't leak. And I did this roof work, and he supplied the cherry picker, which I was a bit nervous about because when people have their own gear, they don't necessarily, they're supposed to be certified. And it clearly wasn't. It was ancient, this thing was. And it was a, I don't know how big it was now. Was it 50-foot cherry picker? It was huge anyway. It was really, with the extending boom on it. And I thought, crikey. You know when the boom comes out, you think, is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? It's impressive, coming out at the end of the tube, and there you in your bucket saying bye-bye. Yeah, no. Yeah, anyway, it's Ned work up there. He used to get me to all the roof work because he always had roof problems. You always get, silly people to do really bad jobs because they're cheap. And then he sort of decided it wasn't such a good idea. But I suppose in that case, But nothing great about Yarmouth. Not now, there isn't. Do you know what? I used to love going at Yarmouth as a kid. But when the cars, we used to chase up and down that Yarmouth front. All these head down there in our cars. And that's just, that was fun. You can't do it now. If you do it more than so many times, you get flashed and, you get tickets. But anyway, it's all changed up there now. My son has to go up there quite a bit because he goes to the Tide and Time Museum there because he works for the museum service, you see. So he has to flirt between different sites. And there are some nice places in Yarmouth. It's not all horrid. And I'll tell you, some of the worst people is people blaming the refugees or the migrants, what have you there, but they're not. It's the other people hating. It's the hate. That's the problem there. And a lot of it's the locals. I hate to say it, but it's true. A friend of mine who used to when I was doing my photography degree, he was an English teacher in a school, and the stories he used to come up, because he school in Great Yarmouth. I can't remember the name of the school, but anyway, in the school in Great Yarmouth, and the stories he used to tell us about why we're doing our semiotics, iconics, and stuff like that. Why we or critical studies and stuff. When we're doing our degree, and it's hard. It was just, I think, why are you in that? Why are you doing that job? What possesses you to do that job? These kids are horrible. I mean, they're really horrible. The problem is, the bad ones drag everybody else down with them, don't they? And it's like people say you got a bad dog. It's not a bad dog. It's a bad owner. Bad keeper or whatever they call it. But it's just the same with kids, isn't it? It's the parents after trouble. Bad ones bring the good ones down. It's quite sad, really. My dear wife, she was an assistant. She used to look after a young disabled girl in school. She's done it several years, and there was some autistic kids in the school, quite severe autistic kids in that classroom. Two of them, and one in particular was destructive, and the whole class. Don't get me wrong, he needs a chance, but he needed not just to be in it. He needed time outside the classroom as well, so the other kids could actually get on and progress. He needed a little bit more one-on-one. But the problem what happened was, in schools, the schools were always struggling with funding. Those who got the funding, such as this young lad, he had funding for the extra help and what have you. Like, you know, the little girl in a wheelchair that my dear wife used to look after. But the school itself was basically borrowing that money and spreading it across the school to buy other stuff. So it wasn't going to that kid and to the needs of that child, which was wrong, but it was what's happening. So, yeah, it's a bit kind of mad, really. Caroline used to come out quite frustrated at times. Oh, Bernard, you're not wrong there. Fish and chips in Cromer. And the fish and chip restaurant on right there. Yeah, we got several fish and chip shops in Cromer, but one in particular. You've got the one down the little side road, don't you? That one's really good fish and chips to take away. Then you got the big fish and chip restaurant, the one that looks out over. Yeah, see them, have you? And that one's fantastic. Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah. And what's his name now? There's a really further up the coast, past Cromer and Sheringham. You've got a really good restaurant there. It's basically a shack, you know. It's like, yeah, it's all covered and stuff. It's basically a shed with like covered areas and stuff. But amazing fish. Yeah, everything's as fresh as you can get. You know what I mean? Fantastic. But I wouldn't eat it now. No, it's full of poo, you know. Especially those bivalve mollusks, because I eat poo. And they're filter feeders, so all the poo gets trapped inside their guts. So you've got to make sure you depuricate them. Ooh. Maybe I need to do another video of that. Am I back? Am I back? Sorry about that. Guess what I did? I forgot my battery. Yeah. So I'm clamping the battery on so it don't fall off. Hopefully it won't fall off. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're back again. Yeah, I know, that's my stupid fault. I'm too busy talking, and I don't have no visual here to see what the condition of the battery is when you're streaming. Ideally, I'd want a little icon at the top. It doesn't tell me, and I forgot. So, yeah. Kit Kat, yep, battery. That's what everyone's saying. Let's have a look. Is anyone getting Circle of Death? It's like the third time for me. Oh, what, today? Yeah, Circle of Death, but I'm back now. I'm sorry about that. That was, yeah, I think Mark's hit the power button. No, I did. The battery went out. My phone seems to be able to do 2 hours of streaming, it seems. Can't remember when I went on. It was like 7 o'clock, I think, wasn't it? So it's not even 2 hours. Crikey. That's only about an hour. So I think my battery might be dying. I don't know. So anyway, I put a pack on now. Sorry. I can't help it, I'm stupid. It's in the genes, you know, my Levi's. Right, so anyway, let's get back to the old shutters. We're yapping along. Anyway, so they're basically together. I'm not going to worry about trimming it to width at the moment. What I'm going to do is just get it clamped up. Although, should I trim it to width? Because it allows me to get the clamp further on there. We'll see, have a look. If I get next start on the next one, then I can then set the saw up, you see, and do it as a batch instead of trying to. No, do that. That's fine. That's good. That is good. Clamp on there. I'm not trying to squeeze it to Glasgow, because I know you mentioned the other day that on Saturday, I think it was, wasn't it? That it could bruise the wood. If I was doing anything like, you know, fine work, I'd be more worried, but these are shutters. That's good. Even got glue oozing out the side there, that's good. Only thing is, I need to tap that on. I need to tap on that and tap that one, because it hasn't made full contact in the middle. It has on that one, but not on that one. So I will get a rubber mallet on my forehammer. Up. Shot. Dead blow hammer. Oh, there goes the compressor. This is what you need. Oh, that's good, that's done it. Just about. Yay! That's that. Long reach is where a long reach clamp, that's the contact there, would be good. Because then you'd be reaching in the middle of the clamp or press. But I ain't got one. Well, this one's loads better. Right. So I'll change that clamp. I can use it on the other side of the other shutter. Enough reach there, that's good. Perfect. Yes. Come on. It's like Ginger Island, doesn't it, you know? Some random guy making stuff. He looks like the same guy, actually, doesn't he? I don't know what the other guy was doing. Not a lot, I think. The first 3 weeks we were there, Graham didn't do much at all. And it's I think he started panicking after, we realised that, God, Tom is pressing on, we haven't got everything done. Or I hadn't got everything done. And he sort of like, then he started doing stuff in the last couple of weeks. I still maintain though, I think he was wasting his time with that concrete base underneath. I think that was a bit excessive. It was still flooding anyway. Right. Something just fall off there. I clamped it. She didn't clamp it up properly. Ah, it's a dodgy one. Yeah, it's a dodgy clamp. Blame the clamp. Blame your tools. What you doing it? Oh, I'll chuck some more wood up here, because some more wood. So what one's next? Oh, exciting, eh? Right. I'll get another pair together. 15. Oh, same length. Ah, but I could also add that. Or I could have done that one even. Tell you what I might do. So I've done number 2. There's my pen. Oh, I'll grab another pencil. I'll cross that one out. And I thought, let's make a baby shutter. Oh, no, is that correct though? Got a funny feeling. I better check this with a customer. Because that is odd dimensions for a shutter. I've got a funny feeling they mix their height and their width measurements up together. That's what I think. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, I'll do another long one. I'll get them confirmed to the customer. I did actually ask them, actually. I queried that at the time of the quote, and they haven't told me yet. Oh, there's dust everywhere. Right. Quite good though. Yeah. Glasgow probably know about these. This is we call a dead blow hammer, so you can hear that. Yeah, I dance as well. It was a good dance, wasn't it? Oh. Has ever anyone heard of the Puppet Man in Norwich? No? Has anyone heard of the Puppet Man? If you saw the Puppet Man, or actually you could smell him before you saw him, especially if you're downwind. He was a smelly old bagger. Anyway, he'd be a busking, and what you'd have this really old radio cassettes behind him on a battery, like a wired-up battery on a trolley behind him, and there he would be with this bizarre-looking puppet that looks like he made out of an old sock. Not to your standard, Gingers. No, not to your standard. This old sock on a bit of wood, and he's just literally shaking it, or he'd be on a bit of of wood in front of him, and he'd be just doing that, and that's all he'd be doing. He won't be saying anything or singing anything or doing it. It wasn't performing. He'd just literally be doing that, and he was the Norwich Puppet Man, and yeah, literally with his puppet just wobbling about. Did you realise he got a contract to actually play at I think it was at the pier in Great Yarmouth, or some at the fair or something. Yeah, it didn't quite pan out for him though, because they realised that it's shit. It's just absolute. Oh, it's just yeah. If you search for Puppet Man in Norwich, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Not the Puppet Theatre. The Puppet Theatre is a proper puppet place, but yeah, it's a. I think it's an Norwich embarrassment. Oh, can I ask you? You were saying that your son. I forgot. You said earlier that your son had autism. Taxi for veg pie, please. Oh, taxi, veg pie. I'm confused now. 2 elephants fell off a cliff. Oh, God, here we go. We've got a joke. Who's doing jokes? Start the other end. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah, I'm back. No, it's not your end. It was me. I was being an idiot. 1:47 so far. 1:57 now. The 1:58. Oh, we talk about the little dimples from the thing. Yeah, no, I've never had problems with that, and they won't be there when the customer gets it because I've got sand everything this yet, and my sand's pretty aggressive. I don't mean aggressive as in like coarse. I mean just I do sand quite a bit. But that's the last job, that is. I can do it once because I've got to get it masked up then, you see. Have one in tool bag. What you got in a tool bag? What do you get if you cross a cow, a sheep, and a goat? Cow, a sheep, and a goat. Ah, okay. A milky bucket. Oh, God, no. We've got to watch it with material. Oh, we got a milky bar in the tool bag. Yeah, taxi. Now I get that. Taxi for veg pie, yeah. Don't give up your day job. I'll get my goat. Oh, no. Who's got the crackers out? Oh, dear. Doctor. I keep thinking, a bar of soap. That's a life, boy. Oh, no. Oh, the better. Yeah, dead blow hammer. Yeah, the idea about him is just because you put force, it's like that sudden impact, like dead blow, because it's got sand and trapped in there. They're quite good. He's got a hammer like yours. I bet you won't do it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ben the flower pot man next. Da, 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 da. Oh dear. Oh, very good. Anyway, let's get another shutter done. So I'm going to grab some more wood. Or at least get the wood together anyway for later. If not tonight. Depends if the battery runs out or not. I All my batteries ran out. No. Yeah, these boards, they come in 2.4, just under actually, 238. 238 centimetres or 2.38 metres, and in length. So sometimes you can get like 2 shutters out of one, so it's quite fortunate if you've got a short shutter there. Otherwise you've got all that material you're paying for, and you've got effectively is waste. You've got to price it into the, when you're pricing the jobs, I do it by the metre squared, so you end up with a load of waste you haven't paid for. I should really do it by the lineage. But then you've got a little tiny shutter that you'd be overcharging for. I suppose you could do it on, I don't know. Don't get so much work these days anyway, regarding shutters. Not like I was, before, I was, every single day I was building, I say every single day, at least 5 days a week, making shutters for customers. Doors and stuff like that. Loads of oak doors. Made some lovely thick, heavyweight oak doors. We used to make 50mm thick oak. All rivets in and stuff. Well, not rivets, are nails. Like the rosehead nails. The traditional stuff, really nice. I'm going to move you there for a second so I can. I'll put the wood through the tripod. The tripod was in the way. So that other shutter will be drying off, and I'll trim it to width tomorrow, and then do the next one. I might even go live tomorrow as well doing this. I've got to get the job done. I might stream the videos. Still chatting it, I suppose, even though the work is home. It's the same. Got to get it done though. Otherwise, it doesn't get done. Hopefully, next time I go up to the wood yard, I'll be able to get the timber for the rails. Because although I could use this, I would have to machine it down because the way I do my rails, I don't like to have them the same thickness as the ledges. It's not the rails, they're braces. They need to be slightly thinner. So I get the, that's the pattern I do basically. And also, there's customers ordered for me before, and they're going to expect the shutters to be the same. But I was doing about, on average, between 6 and 10 pairs a day. I wasn't full for though. Obviously, I'm not yapping to the camera then, so I'm sort of really getting in, really going for it and batching everything. I'm not too worried at the moment, but just I think you're doing really good money doing this. My business was doing really well, and then that's it. I could have been a millionaire. Not that well. There you go. That's 15 boards. That's a wobbly one. Was it? No, it's not. It was an optical illusion. I've lost nearly 5 kilos now in weight. So our keto's working. But my God, food is boring. It's got to that stage now. Every time I eat, I get a bit bored of it. So you go into the fridge or fancy something to eat, and you don't eat anything. Probably why you're losing weight actually. You don't eat anything because there's nothing in any fancy, and you can't eat the stuff that you do fancy, so you don't eat it. So yeah, I'm doing keto, you see. So no alcohol. I haven't drank anything at all for over a week now, which is not like me. That'll do me good. That will. Okay, what's that one like? Okay, downward bend. Downward bend. Boom, 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 boom. That's quite a... I guess bent the other way. Actually, that distance, it might not matter. Oh, that's right. So that can... Oh. That's downward bend, upward bend. So I'm opposing, if there's a... I'm heading right now. That's upward, downward. Oh. Turn that around. So opposing the bend in the wood. So one cancels the other one out. You could say, you know, oh, make sure every single board is perfectly straight before you put it together. And what you'll find is you'll have no wood. Because very rarely is it perfect. Well, very rare is it perfect. Well, never be perfect, but it's very rarely is it straight at all. What was that one? What else now? In another direction, that's going down. That one's, God, that's a bit big. Around, up. Let's put that together. See what that looks like. What you've got to be careful is you don't want to create a wind in the shutter itself, because that is problematic. Which, no, that's alright, there's no wind because it's laying flat on the bench. Otherwise this corner or one side would be trying to lift up. That's fine. The next one. I think there's a similar width to the other pair. 920, slightly narrower. Narrower. So it's going to be the same scenario as I did the other ones. Let's see what we find. That's a good board. So we'll put that on there. Got the straightest boards you can find on the edges. Because there's nothing there to counteract the bend. That's another good board. Slightly upward. It's a pain though, it's, you know, 100% for that would be fantastic if it was, wouldn't it? But it never is, that's a nice straight one as well. It's down. It's down. That one's got a wobble in it, but it's, apart from that, it's straight end to end. Ooh. Relegate. I can't remember what way that one was, down or up? Straight. Bum, 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 bum. So this one has got a wind in it. It's rocking. So that one, relegate for something else. Uniform bend you can deal with because you can, you know, you can counteract it. But when you've got something that's got a serious bend, see this one, it's straight that way, but it's got that problem. A bit like this one. That one's got a bend, and that one is, no, that's that one and that one is similar. And that one, was that the bendy one? That was the, yeah, that one, that in the middle, that coat that in the middle. That's fine. How many balls was that on that one? That was 5 and a bit. So, da 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 da. That one's not too bad. Hopefully we can get that together. It's not too bad because the shutters aren't too long. These ones aren't that long. 1, 2, 3, 5 and a bit. That one's a good one. Oh, I know why. That'd be right. I'll just cut a clamp on that. 4. So there's 5 bits. I want that's going to be another board on there. I want a good board. That one. Which is the good board? That one? Well, that's very good. So that can go there. In fact, that one's going to go there. That's a better one because that's the middle board, you see. There's going to be an edge. So we'll have that there. And then that one goes off. So now I'm going to make those rails. Or ledges. Whatever you like to call them. I don't mind. I won't be offended. Call them bits of wood if you like. Or timber. Oh, there's an air filter. Yeah. Right, there you go. Oh, well, I won't try to mount the end, just in case you're wondering. And that was going through your dirty minds. Phew. La 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 la. Well, at that moment, I need to be thinking about those ledges. We need 4. Oh, sadly, I'm going to have to cut that off. They're quite long. Only shorter bits. These ones going to be slightly longer, I think, because they're shorter shutters than the last ones I did. They might be long enough to get 2 out of 1 board, which would be good. Oh, coffee cup! Got 14 people here watching. I can't believe it. Can't be bad. Thank you, guys. Oh, and I got super chat. Who sent me super chat? Oh, I missed a super chat. Can't see. Oh, hang on. Who was that? It's Glasgow. Oh, cheers, buddy. Come on, you're so generous with me, you are. Where are we? Da 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 da. What just made you think of that gargoyle? Me, just me, looking like this. With no? Or my gargoyle. Gargoyle. Hello, Peter. How you doing, buddy? And Duke. My wrath smoulders for now. Urgh. Just me in videos. Hello there. Oh, sorry to hear that, veg price. You done your back in? Oh, blimey. So easy, isn't it? I'll tell you what, me though, because I find if I do any exercise, like on my back, it strengthens my back up, and I don't, yeah, it really helps. I don't get the problem for ages, but if I get a bit kind of lazy, and I have been recently, I quite easy pull my back out, sort of lumbago sort of thing, lower back pain. Years of doing this kind of physical stuff, damaging my body. It used to be the peak of physical perfection I did. They were the days. I had muscles on my muscles. I had a 1 plastic pack, yeah, and all that. My dreams. Oh. There's no S for super chat. Oh, isn't there? Duke said he's only good for 1 Twitter rampage a day. It can get quite frustrating, can't it? I've been getting quite a bit of negative feedback because my Keir Starmer one about his in them death threats and stuff, because obviously the stuff that went on in Parliament with Boris Johnson, and it's that seemed to provoke, get the Starmer haters out there. Yeah, I'm not. I'm neither for or against the guy. I don't really, I just think he's a darn sight better than who we have as a prime minister at the moment. So, my feeling anyway, for what it's worth. So is it my fault, Veg Pie, that you hurt your back? That's my fault, isn't it? Yeah, I've got another one going on at 9. Oh, Veg Pie, oh, thank you. Oh, cheers. Oh dear. I was thinking about the other channel. You know, they do like a super chat on the other channel. You know, at the moment it just goes like ping. I want to do some sort of sound effect or something. I'm sure you can do that, or a graphic or something. I don't know. It could be Darth Vader or something. I don't know. Just something. Maybe Darth Vader, like a Darth Vader voice going super chat, but in Darth Vaderish sort of. You know, I am your father or whatever. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, he does. When you have to do it through, I don't know if Glasgow knows another way, but there's two. I use either Streamlabs. I'm actually using a different one at the moment, but you have to use Streamlabs, and you kind of like it automatically puts it into your stream. But because I'm streaming directly from my mobile phone, I don't know how to do that yet on the phone. But you know, when I do the other channel, the All Shorts, it's yeah, that's different. It's sort of set up through OBS, and it's like a layer. You know, if you're using Photoshop, you've got layers. In fact, you've got a layer, and that layer is your super chat layer. So if I get like a notification via Streamlabs, then it goes to my oh, it's only is that only third party? Is it? Okay. And then it goes in that way. I don't know if I can do it from my phone, so I probably can't. Maybe there might be a mobile version. I don't use Streamlabs, I use another one. I can't remember what it's called now. Oh. The only reason for that is because it's the first video I found on YouTube that told me how to do it. So I used what they advised. And there's a guy that I quite regularly follow as well, so I took his advice. And it seems to work. And I think you can create your own graphics, it looks like, as well. So you get like this ping, yeah, eventually you get like a ping noise. Or you can have any sound you like. You could. I did notice I could upload my own sounds and stuff, so I might see if I can create one and put it on there. But I might be Star Wars themed or something, probably know me. It used to be a slice of pie. I wonder if you could do it so you could rotate them. That'd be interesting if I could do it, rotate that, if it's possible, the notifications not always the same. So it could be slightly different ones each time, make it more interesting. Might, you know, might be able to might get super chats just for the hell of it then, mightn't you? It makes seriously, I do really appreciate it because it makes all the difference. It really does. Because you know, that would win at Veg Pie. You just sort of you have to just, mate, even jokes. No, that'd be too long. I'd disrupt the stream too much. But you can do some weird sounds. You know, like James O'Brien has his take that off. It's getting annoying now. My head's getting a bit hot. James O'Brien has his, you know, we build it and they will come, and you know, I've got his name now. Yeah, from Field of Dreams, the film. And something like that, yeah, it'd be pretty quite cool. Yeah, random or on a loop, yeah. They're good, aren't they? That's your recommendation. I didn't realise how good they were, buddy. And I got this lovely little package for the post from Geraldine. And not one, she sent me 2. One for me and one for Caroline. They are so good as well. I didn't realise. You know, I've had a lot of stainless steel type flasks in the past, and some are good, some are bad. The Stanley one was alright. But yeah, that'll still be hot now. I've been out of the house, you know, so I just keep a little bit sip here and sip there. And, I'm not one to just like gulp the whole load down at once. Anyway, I was doing rails, wasn't I? Oh, bits of wood, which are over there. Hopefully I can get 2 out of 1, that'd be good. Yeah, it would be quite fun though. I just want to make this, I don't know, I think what it is I've got to kind of compensate a little bit because I'm not that good at live, I don't feel like I am anyway. You get Max. Has been doing it for Max for Spear. He's been doing it for some while now, and he's got down to a fine art. And also, he's got a good knowledge base as well, whereas I haven't. I'm learning, so even politics and stuff like that. So I do worry. I don't want to give people. I don't want, like for instance, I've said before, I can't stand lying or people that lie, and especially when they do it for no reason at all, just for the sake of making themselves sound good. And I've really got a beamer bonnet about it, and it's honesty is always the best policy. Maybe someone will tell Boris Johnson that. 920, so 450, 460. So that's 460, so that'll be 400. Can I get two? Oh, I can! I can get two 400, yes! Excellent. So no waste here. Well, about 20 millimetres. Can't be bad. Yeah, no, so what my point was, I want to try and make the streams fun. So if I can do that, make it more enjoyable. So what I'm crap at in one aspect, maybe I can improve. Make it more fun in another. That's what I want to do. That's more me anyway. I want to enjoy it as well, do you know what I mean? It's probably why they last for, because I do actually quite enjoy doing it. Didn't think I would. I should have wrote down what I was doing. That's 465, so it'll be 460. And 60 mil got to come off, so it'll be 400. 60 mil being the clearance. So I need to at 400 dead. I've always been a bit of a self-doubter, me. I can't help it. It's the way I am. Well, this sort of thing, you say, I've been doing it all my life, so it's kind of like becomes second nature to me, and it's kind of, I just do it, and don't you have to think about it. So when you talk about politics, when I haven't exactly had a life of being interested in politics whatsoever, so it's one of them things where you can quite easily make mistakes or say things that, like, I messed up once. I messed up loads of times. I messed up once where I accidentally put the butcher's apron over the whole of Ireland, and oh god, I got a lot of wrath over that. Needless to say, it wasn't intentional. It was just a mistake. I don't know the right way around. So, it's right. Butcher's apron. 2. Four of them, same again. They're simple things to make, aren't they, really? Yeah, that one there. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. There was a lady named Geraldine calling in, talking about the issues her business has had since Brexit. It's not our Geraldine, is it? Do you care? Issues that she had with business over since Brexit, and she's now setting up a warehouse in Slovakia. Oh yes, is that art? Okay, I don't know. No, because I think Geraldine. She's a lawyer, I think, isn't she, Geraldine? I think she actually works. Does work in Brussels as well. Duke says, I has to grey smats. What? Is that code? I has the... Oh, have you? Yeah, Contigo is really good. And you can get all the bits from them as well. Like for instance, you can buy new tops and stuff like that from them as well. So if you lose your top, I don't think was it. Yeah, Veg Pie. Yeah, Nick Abbott. I love Nick Abbott. Is he still on? I listened to him for a while actually. Oh, apart from Daily Blase, he has him on his channel. He quite often, replays his stuff. Yeah, no, Nick Abbey's hilarious. Oh, she's a barrister. Oh my God, okay. Okay, I'll get you there, Duke. I'll have a look in there to work it out. Yeah, there's lots of nutters there, Bardi. I escaped. I knew something was happening. It was in the water, you know. So nearly 12 years ago. We scarpered, we did. We knew it was going to happen. We could foresee it, we could. Did what it should have done. Now this bit of wood here, let's bring it down a little bit. It's a bit wheat-y. So I move it and spin it over. It's got a little bit of resin there, and that's sticking to the top, even though it's waxed. The problem with that is you can be pushing it through, and it'll be grabbing and trying to push it through, getting a jolty cut against your blade. But also you can end up hurting yourself because you won't necessarily know exactly what you're doing. So just turn it upside down and do it on the other side. Instead. You see what's happening there? Yeah. I'll get planed off, so don't worry. Make sure there's no more stickiness. So what I do with this top, I use silicon carbide paper every so often, and the air sand, and I sand all this. It don't take any metal away, it just removes any little bits of rust or lumps of glue that somehow end up on it. And then I wax it with machine wax. Well, it's like a beeswax that's designed for machines. Made by Liberon. Don't lean over your blade, Marcus. Yeah, made by Liberon. You've probably heard of Liberon. They make waxes and stuff. Yeah, furniture wax and stuff that they make as well. So. Doing it again. Yeah, I don't recommend leaning over your blade. That's when you can slip and hurt yourself. And also, you notice I don't stand here in line with my blade. I always stand to one side of the blade. If it's going to throw anything away at you, it's going to be in line with the blade. That blade needs sharpening. If you feel a bit of resistance through the blade, you know it needs sharpening. So either going to be sharpened or it'll be a new blade. If you wanted to, probably sharpened. So I think I've only sharpened that one once, so that'll get sharpened. That's a CMT blade, that one is. They're very good. I quite like these new Saxton blades I've been using, which are cheap as chips. Talk about cheap stuff. They're really cheap and they're bloody good blades. That one in that radial arm saw has been in there several months. Probably 8-9 months has been there, I think it is now. And it's still going strong. I haven't sharpened it yet. And that saw gets used every day. Well, it was, not so much at the moment because I've got so much work, but it's one of the things, isn't it? But yeah, I'd say about 25 or 30 euros for a blade. Same with that saw over there with the Saxtons. No, That's for 52, no, 60 tooth. (10" 62 or 255mm. I'd like actually a slightly bigger saw really, but the problem is, because we're running on solar, I've got to think about the power consumption. So you've got to think about the motor sizes and stuff, otherwise you're going to just draw on too much power. So that table saw there, even though it's very capable, and because it's got a belt, effectively geared down motor via a tooth belt, it's actually quite a small motor. It's only 1500 watt, so it's about 2 horsepower. When you consider the stuff I pushed through, that's 3-inch oaking through that. But it's like anything. If your blades are sharp, that's the most important thing. Blade ain't sharp, you get friction. Friction's not good, it burns. Ask the missus. I wasn't innuendo, no, of course not. Crikey, my daughter-in-law, she'd asked Caroline to make her a cake. And she's a good decorator, but Caroline's going to make the cake, so she did. Oh my God. It's just a Victoria sponge, 2 sponges together. Like, for word of a lie, it was that tall, literally, that thick cake it was, and 2 sponges. And talk about even, I mean, perfect dimensions. Caroline's really very happy, she was. Very, very pleased with herself. I think Caroline's really good at is making cakes. And I think her best cakes are the simple ones, like the Victoria sponges. Really nice. The thing is, if you could do one thing really, really, really well, why not do it? She makes a really nice lemon drizzle cake as well. I'm not allowed it at the moment. I'm on a diet because I'm fat. Just too fat. I lost a little bit of weight at Ginger. I didn't lose much. I saw the alcohol we were drinking. The worst beer on the planet. I'm not used to that kind of weak lager stuff. Not after being here. Well, they do weak lager here as well, but you get a lot of German beers and Belgian beers. Really lovely stuff. I just put all this sawdust over top. You can't see what I'm doing. We're going to have to go and put the chamfer on our piece of wood. I just put some more sawdust in the wood burner and spilt it all over the rotor table. That's the sort of thing I do. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? I think so. There's my airline. There we are. Let's get rid of that. Get that off the top there as well, so it'll be burning smoke on top of the wood burner. Right, so let's take that out. I'll take my microphone off and hopefully I remember to put it back on again. If not, the trickle hours go all warn me. Oh no, I dropped it. Carpal tunnel. Oh, we dropped those. There you go. Anyway, before I start making some noise. Da 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 da. I know it's on the TuneIn app. Yeah. Oh, you talk about the LBC. What do I use? I use one called on the computer. I use one beginning with R, and on the phone I use UK Radio. I think it's called. That seems to work quite well. Being here, sometimes we get glitches because of the IP. But UK Radio is a bit of a rough around the edges type app, but it does work. What's blocked outside the UK? Yeah, I tell you, when I was doing it via listening to LBC via the website, there were some days was okay, and other days I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't let me. Never got the warning up saying that you're outside the UK. It'd ask you if you were where you're listening from, but it wasn't a worry. But I think it's going to become more difficult because obviously GDPR and what have you. The UK decides to weaken its responsibility to the GDPR, I think we're going to have problems. A lot of websites won't work properly. You know, like for instance, when you click the button, if you say no, I don't want to, or reject all cookies and stuff like that, and there might be some parts of the website that won't function. That's what you end up with basically. And some websites, especially ones you got to buy stuff off, if they can't put cookies and stuff on there, they won't. You can't buy off them. Simple as that. The security things done by the cookies. Not all cookies are trying to sell you. Not all advertising are they? They do stuff to make the site function. Now the thing I have to do on my website is to. It's got really complicated since GDPR. I have to subscribe to a service, and it's called CookieBot, and it's what it does is it scans the net. I say I know what it does. It's a bit complicated. It scans the net looking for the trail to the cookies. The point is, if for instance someone contacts you and I want you to remove all my data off your server, you've got to do that. But the thing about the cookies, they can end up going other places, so you've got to be able to track where they are with their data on. So you've got to be able to delete. Otherwise, you get huge fines. Can't cope with that. So, speeding fines here are bad enough. Never had a speeding fine in my life until I come to France. Oh, Eddie Mayer, he was brilliant in that interview with Boris Johnson, weren't he? You're not a very nice person, are you, really? That was brilliant. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Kit. It's a bit glitchy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I just use UK radio player on the, it's in the, the app store, what do you call it? Concrete grows. It does if all the ride bar is rusty inside. It tends to expand. I don't listen to much radio these days. I used to listen to LBC, James O'Brien, religiously, every single day. But you know what I found is when you follow too much stuff, and it's kind of like you get into your little bubble. On one, because obviously you've got your left wing, middle of the road kind of radio station. You listen to the same programs all the time. I found that was influencing my my opinions on stuff. And James O'Brien annoyed me once. He was going on about, I'm no lover of Macron, but some of the things he said about Macron, what he basically based on what he read in the newspaper in the morning, and it made no blooming sense. Hey, that's not true. And I thought, you're playing stuff all online, on over the radio, telling everybody this, that Macron's an a-hole basically, because of some, I think it wasn't the checks or something. So anyway, something. Probably just something to do with travel or something. And it just wasn't true. And that kind of annoyed me. I don't like lying. I don't think he's deliberately lying. I just based it on the information that he found. And believe you me, if you look at your news in the UK, I'll do a video on that. Compare it with what you read in the UK, then look at what's actually on the EU Commission website, or even the preparedness notices on the EU Commission website, and you look at what's been plastered all over, especially the tabloids, obviously. They take a little bit and they stretch it into such big lies. So I don't I don't listen to the radio as much as I did. I think with Max, I don't always, Max is probably one of my favourite YouTube channels. He's been quite good to me, to be fair. But even, I found that you start getting to this kind of, I don't know, it's bubble. You get into a bubble, so I think. And I want to base my opinions on my opinions, my thoughts, and not other people's. You know when people come around and go, oh, have you heard about so and so? Their lives are so nondescript, a bit boring. They latch on to some celebrity somewhere, things that they've achieved, instead of concentrating on things that they could achieve themselves. Yeah. I thought, okay. Oh my God, Marine Le Pen. No, don't want to. She's not doing very well, actually. She's third at the moment. So Macron is up there at the moment. I think he's doing quite well. Plus, he's been helping a lot of people who haven't got a lot of money, but also with the energy thing, he's been sending check. Not sending. Well, you can have a check, but most cases it goes straight to your bank account. We actually received €200. We got one in late December. What came through? One came in January. We got one each. And then we usually get about €240 as well. Rebate on an energy check in April, May time, or March. Anyway, so it's like getting like €500 paid back to us. We have electric here. We still use electric here, but 70% is done by solar. Just quite handy. Oh well, that just being videos, that's not difficult, is it? Anyone would have been better than Bojo. Or Bozo. Yeah, but Marine Le Pen, crikey. She doesn't seem to be doing very well though. She doesn't. She's trying, but she's not really getting very far. I think what Macron's done though, he's done a lot for the nurses. They've got their little pay rises and good pay rises as well. Not like what we got in the UK, which is an absolute joke. The thing that did hit him, I haven't seen much in the way of protests at the moment, but he did get a lot of problems regarding bringing the pension age up, but also for the civil service. The civil service, like bus driver, retire at 58, I think it was, something ridiculously low age, and that was Macron wanted to push that up in line with everybody else. So obviously there was a lot of protests for that. So but at the moment, with COVID, he's been talking sense. It seems to me. You obviously I did think it was quite funny when he said, "I don't want to piss them off." No, so I'm not going out my way to piss off the anti-vaxxers, but they are a minority, so we're going to have to piss them off. I'll piss them off. Well, when I was reading that, I thought, I'm sure that's piss. Is that piss? Though you check it out on Translate. Yeah, it's about context. That's the context. So then look at the individual words and try. Then I asked my neighbour, Violet, and she's yes, piss them off. Literally that, as in urinate. Yeah. So yeah. But it's quite funny though, because all of a sudden, oh Mike! Ah! Oh crikey! Did I forget again? There you go. Oh, what an idiot! I mean, yapping along. I was probably okay when I was in front of the camera, but when I was over there, probably. You can have our Ian Jr. Oh. No Ians. I know an Ian, an Australian Ian. I went on the motorbike all the way to Italy with that Ian. I don't want to do it again. Not going to Italy. Yeah, that was fine, but yeah, Pia does. I don't think she will this time. And can you remember when they had their their dance off at the end? And Macron, he obliterated her. Do you own thing, Mark? Open your channel up to memberships and let folks support you. Yeah, I could do that. I have to look how to do that. I've got my Patreon and stuff like that. tuning up, yeah. That's a fair point. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I was no Corbyn lover, but still rather Corbyn than Boris Johnson. That's no brainer as far as I'm concerned. Dance off, between they have like a battle at the end, don't they? And Macron, he owned her. He did. They did like a little Irish jig at the end. Not an Ireland Day, but she was hopeless. She just showed her true colours, that she was just ignorant. That's pretty cool. I'll look into that. If you're worried about things like memberships and stuff, because I'm like, guys, I'm not so busy because I've got so many things going on at the moment. I feel I need to be able to give something extra, and I don't know if I can. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to let people down. I don't want to start something that I can't finish, if it makes any sense. That's it. That's what you got to do. We are going to have like a break dance, can that? Do you reckon like a break dance? Spin on the floor, like a turtle, like a mutant turtle, maybe. Might work or not. That'd be rather funny though, wouldn't it? What's that film where they did all the battles and they fought them in an arena? There's a film like that, isn't it? That's what Putin and Boris should be doing. They should be fighting out in an arena, like cage fighting or something. I know who would win though. For all Putin's ills, he's a very talented man actually. Martial arts and stuff like that as well. But also he's into he plays a piano and concert piano, that is. He's a very clever man. He's just evil. That's the problem. In my view, anyway. There you go. I'm going to move the microphone, and maybe I won't forget this time. No? I bet I will, won't I? I'll put the hair. Will I remember? I'll remove the microphone so it's really noisy with this. I remembered. Right, okay, so we've got 4 ledges. Luckily got 2 out of 1. And the scrap, what's that? Not bad going, is it? They're not really scraps anyway, to be honest, because I've got other stuff for making out, all the short bits. Like I say, I've got those bird boxes to do, all sorts of stuff, so I've got loads of bird boxes. Oh, God. I want to encourage the birds, I want to encourage the bees. So although we're planting loads of trees, we're going to be planting things like flowers as well. So we'll be flowering varieties of trees as well. So even things like buddleia and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's not just trees. It's not just about, you know, helping, you know, plant more trees for the, you know, for future kids. It feels a bit longer. Next generation, if we haven't completely buggered the planet up by then. Because that blooming COP26 was a joke, as far as I'm concerned. Lots of it, you know, what did she say? Blah, 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 blah. And she was right, the old Greta Thunberg. Because they're basically doing everything opposite of what they originally said they were going to do. It's all about the money, honey. Right, What's it, 92460? I've got to mark the middle board again. That one. There's a lot. 460. Make sure I get enough on there so I can a little bit more. Yeah. 460. So I've got to cut that middle board. That will provide the start for the other 2. So what I'll do this time is, well, I'm going to mark, no, I'll mark the length later. Let's just cut the width first. Just got a little mark on there, just got that bit I need, and then that off cut there will be used for the other, to start the other shutter. To the saw. This is a jet super saw. It's not that super though. It's not a bad saw. It's not. I wouldn't call it particularly super. Even though they call it a 10-inch jet super saw. And the fundamental problem with it is that the rise and fall of the blade is toothed. It's got a timed belt, which snap because they get full of sawdust and they snap. And the last time, so I'm not buying one of them, and I bought some micro chain and stuff so I can upgrade. I haven't got around to it yet. At the moment, I've got a ratchet, you know, attached for rise and fall. I still haven't got around doing it. I've got a machine, a couple of bits up. See me, I didn't cut its length, did I? Come on. It don't matter. So that's going to start, that's finish. So we've got to plane that next. Sort of smooth. Got to be smooth. All shiny like. And guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to use Stanley Bailey number 7 again. Oh, you're all the way over there. Who put you all the way over there? There. No etiquette. Right. It's going to be a bit awkward. It's quite thin. There's a trick. Because I've cut that, and that's actually to plane it to be awkward. What's going to happen is you try and plane it, it's going to be doing that. It'll be bending all over the place. You try and push your plane along it. So what you do is you use the other bit, and I'll put it in there. Like that. and that bit will support that bit. That's the plan. I think it's a good idea. And I'm sticking to it. I don't actually need to do it all the way along, but I will. What the hell? Get a bit of wood under there. Because it's going to try and push down. There you go. Arrgh. Got a clamp there in. I forgot the clamp. Where's the clamp? That'll do. I used to use these. I've got one here somewhere. Wolf quick release clamps. They go in both directions. It's quite good. But you never get enough pressure with them. It's no good for the type of work I do. They're great if you like. I'm sure Glasgow probably use them. If you're putting conservatories together and you want to put the corner, the 2 corner posts. Ideal for that sort of stuff. Fitting windows or doors. And, yeah, but especially conservatories. Single-handed, you see. You've got like a. Oh, I love this plane. I get all hot under the collar when I use that plane. It's so sexy. But it wouldn't be unless you got a sharp plane iron in it. What if I forgot to do? Let's just do that. Just remove that arris. Otherwise you end up cutting your fingers on the edges. It'd be supposed to be sharp that gets on these edges, even though it's 90 degrees. There you go. So give that one there. And then flip this over. There you go. Oh, that's like a full shaving that was. Put it back in its house. I do love a hand tool, I really do. Just something about hand tools. I've got to take the arris off, it's not too bad. I'll do it with block plane later. Just something about them. Just lovely, lovely things to use. And sometimes, you know, when you set a machine up, you've got your hand plane out, you've done it, it's done. I'm going to cheat here, put a clamp on there. Or is it going to run out of square? Da 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 da, boom boom, da 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 dum, boom boom. Right, la 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 la. Push it up there like so. Now when it comes to in the middle here, one of those will become apart, which is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on, I've got 20 boards on there. Let's just double check this. La 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 la. Boom, 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 boom. Right, so that's that one. Then that will be that one. I think I've got too many boards on there. I'll be there a minute. No, I haven't. Where have I? That was 460. 460. And that'll be the same there. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's too far over, that's why. going to be 40mm in there. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, now I've got to go. I'm getting confused.com. I'll put a bit of glue on this one this time, all the way along, or up to the end of the shutter. Because it's caused me aggro last time. That's going to be 20mm from there, which is fine. Hang on, I'm getting confused here. 1, 2, 3. Why am I getting confused? Hang on, you idiot, I know what I did wrong now. That is the wrong way round. Hang on, no it's not. What am I talking about? So that's going to be 20mm. Let's make that 60mm on that end. It doesn't matter, as long as it's braces. So that's going to be the 40mm, so that's 60, 40mm. And then that'll be 20mm onto there. It's working out a bit odd. So if I start from this end, that's 20mm. Then that gives me my... What round is it going? What round is that? Oh, that's that way. So that gives me my 40 odd mil. And that one is going to give me 60. 2 separate shafts. I do need that other board. Let's put it back in. But I'm going to have to take a bit off it. So I need to go back into that one. 5, that's 6. Bum, 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 bum. Just fine. Let's tap them up. Yup. A camel here, just hold that together there. Don't move again. Because that just won't do. There you go. Hunky dory. Bum 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 bum. There we are. Let's go on there like so. Just have to make you pull it up tight under. Not tight. It mustn't be tight. It's just got to be tight. So yeah, let's code that by the way. Oh, I have to mix more glue up in that. I'll overdo it though. Right, I'll get a couple on with that. One thing I don't want to forget is that needs glue. That's it, that's enough. Da 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 da. Okay, get on. Bum, 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 bum. There she blows. So we'll be careful with this one. There's 40mm to there. And that's 20mm. Oh, that's fine. Let's bring it onto that. And then, so that one works out perfect. Perfect. 460. Yeah, bang on. Excellent. Right, now then. It's hiding away, it is. It's hiding away. No, it's not. Here it is. Oh, snozzle. Come here. Da, 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 da. Oh, this is where my beddy's quite handy. Sparks are flying out, they are. I'm happy with that. Next one, let's mix a little bit more glue up, because I won't be doing any more than this one tonight. These have got a couple more pairs done. A couple more off the list. I want to try and find some more little clips as well that I can use for the streams, for the other channel as well. You know, politicians being stupid or saying horrible things. It isn't that difficult, I'm sure. Yeah, make them feel themselves like that Natalie Ellswick woman. Crikey, what on earth is she thinking on? One minute she's saying, it's not Brexit, the next minute she's going on about red tape. The reason red tape is there is because of Brexit. Because of the trade deal and the limitations of it. I do really worry about the EU REACH thing. You know, the chemical database, and the ECHA, which is the European Chemical Research Association, I think it's called. That bothers me because someone who loves little animals. I love my animals. The idea of testing on animals, especially for things that have already been tested on, it's not just immoral. It's just, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Oh, it makes my blood boil. That's why I've done a few videos on that actually so far. So I hope we don't bore people with it. But I do find those sort of videos don't get a lot of traction. And if you talk about anything about, you know, chemical testing on animals, people don't want to talk about it obviously because it's, you know, upsets people. I get that. Oh, I need run out of nails. My old nail gun, I used to have this old Silverline one, you know, which is cheap. And you're saying about cheap tools, man, have you? You know what, that flipping thing went on and on and on. I had that for 7, 8 years here. And every day that was getting used. Same sort of gun as this, but it was until it finally bust. The hat basically the shaft, there's like a rod in it and it snapped. It's like the hammer. Oh god, I'm all tangled up here. The fact that it lasted that long, and it was a cheap nail gun, it was cheap, it was about 40 quid I think I paid for that. 40 euros. On eBay. New. Right, doing that's good. Let's mix a little bit more glue up. Not quite as much as last time. So, what we use for our glue, we use Sail the Ban, Marron, marine, you know, bath salts sort of use. Yeah, perfect glue that is. Smells lovely. Recommend it to everybody. Obviously, it's not. It's Cascamite powdered resin wood glue, for which I wouldn't buy again. Not Cascamite, as in the brand name, Polyvine, made by Polyvine, since I changed the recipe and ruined it. This batch is nowhere near as good as, well, as what I bought before. Nowhere near. It's okay, it just works, but not, yeah, I wouldn't use it on doors or anything like that anymore. I've got half of them in a sack of it. On the other microphone now, I do apologise. The battery's gone in the microphone. Probably couldn't see for quite a while. So, I've been mumbling along, I have, and you probably can hear me. Probably not. I'm gonna have to speak up until I've got a little bit of charge in my microphone. I'll tell you what, let's plug it in over there. Oh, hang on. I've got an idea. That might be okay. Is that a battery? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. And that can go inside. Let's see, will the cell charge? Okay. Oh, we might be back to business in a second. Oh. A bit nuts that your wireless microphone lasts like 3 hours. It's supposed to last 7 or 8. That's a bit naughty, isn't it? I've got a pocket in there. Yeah, I'll stick it in there like so. The thing is with this one, I've got the Rode one that you change the batteries on, swap them over. But I got twice the price, so I didn't. We were going to use these, because I think Graham bought one. He bought a wireless microphone as well, wired for Ginger Island. The problem is they don't like RF interference, and his system was so many things plugged in. You're just asking for trouble. When you overcomplicate, you're asking for trouble. It's like, I stream from like last night's stream. I've got so much stuff going on up there. I've got my soundboard, I've got my stream deck, I've got an obviously laptop, I've got 2 screens going on, I've got all these cables every flipping way, and that's all potential interference. You are sort of like putting potential problems into your stream, aren't you? So anyway, see what you're saying. I haven't checked. See what you're saying, have I? Dee. More batteries needed. Yeah, sounds. Sorry, I'm back now. I think. Am I back? You can hear my beautiful voice. I've rigged myself up with wires. I've got a battery just there. on the turn. I think it's because it's got enough charge in it. On the charge side, I don't think it actually put enough in. How about now? You probably hear me now, but I'll have to have the camera a bit closer. Have I got a boom mic in here? No, I haven't. Ugh. I just to make sure I've got a backup microphone. A redundant microphone is what I need. Yeah, it's back. I'm just on the phone now. I'm just on the phone, so sorry about that. I just I had that. I tried to put it onto a battery pack, but it didn't want to know. I just want to know. It needs. It runs obviously straight off the battery. It won't run off the pack. That's a pain. So what we have to do is have it plugged in while I'm using it, I suppose. If it's a long string, otherwise the batteries will keep going out, isn't it? It's either that or I'll try and get another one. The thing is, you know, digital radio mics are expensive, so they're things to buy, aren't they? So the Rode one is good, but it's expensive. This type of thing, they do a different ones as well. The Sennheiser one's quite good, but the problem with the Sennheiser one, so I've been told, it suffers with interference quite a lot. It's tech for you, Dave. It's sent to try us. So yeah. Yeah, I'm back, but I'm not on the radio mic. I just unplugged the mic for a bit while the battery charges up. I got plugged into my pacemaker here. It's plugged in. You see? Yeah. I'm like Iron Man, you see? Right, length is 15.30, slightly shorter than the last one. That'll tell me whereabouts. Got a line on it. Yeah, we'll do some videos in the studio as well with on that little rig I got upstairs for this channel as well. But like history of woodworking and technical stuff. Because quite a quick way of getting the videos out as well. So interesting things, you know. I've done videos before in front of like the whiteboard and which has been the problem with the sound here was really quite difficult. Little badge on the whiteboard, you see, it's hard and shiny. So the sound isn't that great. So it's actually bugging me at the moment because I haven't got to put a microphone in. At the minute. So we're kind of back in. But at the moment you have to listen to it via the actual phone's inbuilt microphone. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. It depends how far away I am. So I'm having to speak up. I am. What have I done with that bit without down there? Here's what I prepared earlier. To repeat the story. Right. There. Let's do it on there. Right, that's it. So I want it pinched up, but I don't want it too tight because you've got to give it some room to expand. Otherwise, you're asking for trouble. Can I have some trouble? If you want some. Yep. La 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 la. I tell you this thing here. So this wallpaper roll. Yeah, seam roll for wallpapering. That's a brilliant idea. I have to admit, my idea for spreading glue. What's a treat? It does. Like I said, I've showed you before. I put a bit of tape around it, or a slice of a bit of nail liner tube of a push bike works as well. Probably don't do it glue, don't I? That's only probably mixed glue because it's going to go off no matter what. You end up wasting some. I don't like that. No. Tell you what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to glue that board onto that. I'll get this rail on first, and I'll remove that rail on. Then I'll pull this out of the way because this board over here, is probably on the end of this rail here. That one isn't got the rail on it, so it's not even in place. This one, the middle one, the edge board, because the rail doesn't go over it. So I will use this glue. What's left of that? That'll be going onto there. It will. I'll make sure of it. Now the reason why I make sure, the reason why I like to have the glue over the whole surface is because what I'm doing is I'm sealing the back of the rail, or the ledge, whatever you like to call it. Actually it's a ledge. So basically I've sealed it. If I didn't, I'll just put it on dry, well then water's going to get trapped behind there, it's gone right, isn't it? Not going to get away from that. So this way, it's like I painted that. All ready to go it is. I love when a plan comes together. Oh, who watches Top Gear? I don't watch it anymore. It's not that, I don't like it anymore. Spoiled it. There you go. Jeremy Clarkson's now own something. Measuring these ends from the edge of the board, I've actually got spaced them up like markers, or little T-bar markers that are already made up for the job. What have we got? What about them? So I'm going to have to find them first. Probably didn't hear what I was saying, could you? Right, there's the nails on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release this clamp, so I can remove that board that's floating in mid-air. Well, not in mid here. No. I need to glue that board on. And probably clamp it on as well at the same time. Will it be worthwhile? Might be worthwhile actually cutting it off first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that off first. Cut that off the length. Don't need an outline. Wait a minute. Spaces in the hell. Stab myself. Right. Just cut that length. Because then I'm going to have to glue that board onto that shutter. Which is a bit annoying, but that's how it's panned out. These packs of timber used to be around 20 euros for a pack of 5, and now they've gone up to like 36. But they're kind of playing rarely because obviously if you think the prices of stuff in the UK, shit plywood for instance, horrendous. Oh, can I put a little boom window in there? That makes a huge difference. That it does. I'm going to replace this little saw, will it? What's some point? I thought I won't worry at the moment. I'm saying wait for the blade to stop spinning around. I'll take a chunk out of your jig or your saw sledge. Simple ideas are the best. Right. Yeah, when I tried to turn this microphone back on, it wasn't very bright, the little light wasn't, so I'm assuming that it was very, how to put it, charged. Right, I'll cut that onto length and then we'll glue a board onto the edge. And then tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to rip them down and saw. But I don't want to be too quick because glue's going to take a lot. I don't want to do it too soon. So you don't break the glue joint because the glue's going to take a lot longer to dry in this weather. And it's a chemical reaction. It's a bit of a pain really, but it's the weather, isn't it? It's humid. He's human. Good night, Peters. Thanks for being there, buddy. You take care, buddy. Yeah, right. It is, isn't it? Top Gear is a bit rubbish, isn't it? Gash. Do well on this channel. Yeah, I could do a collab with Max, I suppose, yeah. Well, we'll be coming to an end soon anyway, so got to trim it on that length, glue that board on, then I'm gonna just wait I suppose. Sit here, get a chair, get coffee. Oh, got coffee. And then I'll be sitting there until tomorrow until it's dry. No? Or should I go in and do something else? I think I'll go and do something else. Might be a better use of my time, wouldn't it, I think? So, obviously this board's going to be a lot narrower than that. Because it's, at the moment it's obviously full width. So once it's gone off, I'll then... I want that. We need you. We do. You can get saws that are plunge saw, but they are quite pricey. They're good, but not, this is actually better for me. This is better. The system is better. Oh, how much weight do you reckon I could lose? I was between 96 and 98 kilo. For someone who's 5'7", that's a bit short. A bit heavy. Obviously a bit short. So I'll do that one up. Just the airline. Blow that off. With the glue, so boom into the glue. So I would like to get into the mid to late 70s is what ideal weight would be for me, I think. So I'm quite, I used to work out a lot, so I've got a bit, it's probably hidden now, but I did have a bit of muscle on before, so. No, that's fine. What it means, when you get all this like BMI stuff, and you do it online, do your BMI online, and you look at, they give you this, I reckon I should be like 68 kilo for my height. Yeah, right. Crikey, I'll be gone. So no, I'm not going to be good. About 76, right? Maybe 74 to 76. Might be a good weight for me. I look like a fat bastard there when you got lost all that weight, it'd be like saggy. I need to do it though, because whenever I put weight on, so I do yo-yo my weight anyway, whenever I put weight on I tend to have all sorts of health troubles. So something with fibromyalgia, you see, so it's that kicks off whenever I'm heavy. sort of generalised muscle pain, big muscle pain in your muscle, your larger muscle groups, usually tops of the legs, the back, sort of the muscular pains. Not the lower back pain, I'm not talking about that, not the normal back pain, it's different. It's hard to explain. You also get it in the diaphragm muscles as well, which that's crippling, that is. I thought I had a heart attack one day. I ended up in hospital. And they'd, okay, way over there, keep forgetting. Then I'll go over there. I say, I was having, one day I was having like bad pains in my chest, and I thought it was my heart. I went to the hospital, they did all these tests, and said, no, it's not your heart. And they can't find anything wrong with it. You know, they did blood tests for heart disease and all that sort of stuff. And put me on machines. The doctor set me up there basically, which is obviously a sensible thing to do because he didn't know what it was. And it's fibromyalgia, it's affecting my my muscles around my diaphragm area, and they go into spasm and like crippling pains. Like angina, I thought, or something like that before, but it wasn't. Apparently. So I find whenever I get my weight down, those pains disappear. Because I got off the point where I could barely walk. My legs was tops of my legs, and I was getting such pain in them, I just could barely walk. So yes, I do need to lose weight. So it's starting to kick off again. And what I tend to do is, if I feel it, if it starts, I've prednisolone, you know, the steroid, and I take one of those every 3 days. I take one, then I half it, and take that other one over 2 days. It usually disappears. I don't know why. Doctors didn't know why, but it does. Well, it's an anti-inflammatory, isn't it? So maybe that's why. Just make you realise though, you know, all those years of doing physical work. Well, I never find out years to do that, but yeah, we got the carpal tunnel syndrome I suffer with. I got operations for that. Years of using machines and, you know, and old machines that used to vibrate, not as modern stuff, you know, health and safety. Pesky health and safety. Oh yeah, how dare it? Oh, the pesky EU, pushing all those rules on us. Terrible, you know. It's a protectionist racket. I know, it's there to protect us. But no, I don't like it. Stupid idiots. Oh dear. I tell you what was ridiculous. So I had a guy I might have mentioned this before, but I had a guy working with me. And Paul, his name was, and he was working at Persimmon Homes on the site, and he was on a little step up, no more than 2 foot off the ground, doing painting walls and stuff. He was cutting in around the tops of the walls, yeah, top of the walls to the ceiling, and the foreman saw well, the health and safety guy. He travelled site to site for Persimmon. He saw him on there and he said, "You'll not come back on site unless you do this health and safety course." Because this particular step up didn't have a safety rail on it. So you're up 2 foot off the step of the ground. Ridiculous. I have to admit that was ridiculous. Rifle balls anyway. But then on the other hand, there we are. I've been climbing out of flipping these mast climbers what great blocks of flats hanging out the side on. And then you get the scaffolds to on site, they're doing like an overhanging scaffold over the parapet. And there they are doing this like cantilever scaffold hanging over the side. And they push one pole out with a clip on, another pole down, so it's like a right angle, hanging out over the side of this parapet. Yeah, the parapet's like the top wall of a 13-storey block flats. And there's this guy without a harness on, literally no harness, standing on the clips. He's hanging there on the outside of this building, 13 floors up. So he's doing this overhanging scaffold. So can't leave the scaffold. Nuts. Absolutely bloody nuts. I suppose you would end up having, as you have health and safety, or what might be considered excessive in some cases, because a few people are stupid. So then the whole thing gets a little bit silly. But still very important, obviously, because those few people are silly. I suppose it's a rule for everybody, isn't it? So it gets standardised or generalised. So there was a standardised. You don't need a lot of pressure on it, it's pretty good. I wonder if my microphone has got enough charge in it now. I wonder. Is it worth a try? I'm going to have to call it in a minute anyway. Get on there, you. I'll have clamp in the middle as well. More clamps! Clamps the scene, clamps! What was that light? Fifth Element. Love that film. It's so funny. Oh, what's he up there as well? I don't know. Put one there. No, is that going to reach? Oh, actually, don't need it for that. That's alright. We'll stick with that as it is. Boom, 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 boom. That's it, done. That'll do. That one doesn't even work. Nope, that's fine. Do I want underneath? Actually, 40mm hanging there. Oh, we're back. Oh, let's put ourselves over here. Where's my coffee cup go? Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh no. No, why a tripod's got to have 3 legs? They always get in the way. Oh, chat. Duke Vengeance, get yourself a cobble gen. What's a cobble gen? Is it something I should know what it is? What is a cobble gen? Yeah, the thing about a step up is not the distance, is it? It's the fact that you can't leave, don't you? From that point, you're a fixed point, and you're flat on your face. Bloody foreigners! I don't know what. Am I one set? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I am. I'm a Brexiter. Do you know what? I never really paid attention to my height. I got so used to it now. So maybe that's why I haven't read. I think the last time anyone measured my height is Caroline, and she probably did in feet inches as well. Always do my weight in metric though. I have a cooking what? Meth? Either cooking meth or making shutters. Not what? Cooking meth? Where? Oh, hello, Bender. Bender Bonder. What are we cooking today? No meth cooking here, no. I don't know, Deke, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, I can honestly say I have never ever had any drugs. La la la. Night, Kit Kat. It's Minecraft. Okay. Alright, I don't know Minecraft. I don't play any games really. I never have time. I should really make time for stuff really, but I feel guilty if I'm not actually. Hey, buddy. Yeah, if I'm not actually doing stuff, or creating something, I'm kind of like trying to entertain myself in other ways. I feel guilty. Like I feel I should be doing something. Silly. Oh, just reconnected. It did, but it's okay. We're back. So yeah, it's Anyway, we made 3 shutters. We've got it's three pairs now. So that's 6 shutters made. Got to squeeze them in because I was making videos earlier, and I kind of like I don't know how well they've done. I haven't even looked yet. So I had another one gone at 7. My last one, not last Jake really small, the one before, the one that went at 5 o'clock. That's doing okay. That seems quite funny. It's doing alright. And then hopefully my next one's doing alright as well. I don't know. We'll see. But the thing is, when you're rushing to get up, you kind of the 5 o'clock. Well, I misspelled Jacob. J Bob. It's quite funny though. As soon as I changed the spelling, all of a sudden the views started going up. Maybe YouTube knew what it was about then. Maybe that's what it is. It's in the description, but no, it's yeah, that one's done well when I looked last, but I don't know how well the last one has done. And I've got another one going up at 9 as well. 9 yet? Oh god, it's half past 10. So that's always up as well. So yeah, I've done 4 videos today. Yeah. God, it's quite hard when you're doing the old scripts and that, trying to get them out in time. Yeah, writing scripts. And find something that's interesting enough to talk about. Some things get a bit bland, but I try to put my little turn on it. But anyway, yes, they're French shutters. Volet lamb. So the blades themselves, the planks of wood. These like tongue groove boards. So you got your little groove, your tongue, and then you got your groove. And it's quite a loose tongue groove. It's not like a floorboard type tongue groove. It's quite tight. Because these got to be allowed to move, you can't have them sort of like tight. I'll show you. Short bits here. It's 2 I prepared earlier. Dong. So you get your tongue groove like that. It's quite a loose tongue groove, so it can move. No idea bends. If they expand and contract, they don't get like trapped, so they can move in the width. That's the idea. But volet is shutter on Francais, but then lamb is blade, so they call it like a shutter blade. But it's the actual shutter itself is volet baton, which is the whole thing. And then you've got all sorts. You've got what's it's called now? You got the folding, the bifold shutters and that as well. What's bifold again? Palace. Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, what's it got? Oh, the Brexit bus. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, the tour. Jacob Rees-Mogg is going on tour to ask the people what the benefits of Brexit are. You could make a shout, could you? I thought you were he told us what the benefits of Brexit were. Oh, God. It's got a pain in it. This is my coffee. Don't laugh, Marcus. Fibro. Blimey. Rock and roll mog. So you get a rail. You get if I show you on. I've got a shooting pain across my chest, just below the rib cage. So I talked that up, didn't I? Like this. So you got, So you basically have your ledge, and then you have your brace. So the brace takes the load, stops the base of the shutter from going saggy. They don't generally go saggy anyway, because I put the cover in it, but put the holes them all together. You can put the other way we do it as well. We put that domino dowel machine that I've got. You might have seen it before. It's like a big dowel, like a big square dowel. it's called a loose tenon, and it goes right through the shutter. But then you use the actual hinges themselves help hold it all together. Hello, Mike. Can we ask for commission if we give me ideas? Yeah, we need to, don't we? We want to know what the benefits of Brexit. Oh, crikey. Oh, ask the EU. They know. Oh dear, it's just ridiculous. It's just like that woman, isn't it? That the Ellswick woman is going on about the red tape and all that, and then she says it's not Brexit. It's just like, oh really? Yeah, we've got ledge and brace. So you got your ledge and the brace. It makes like a Z shape. Or if you got it can look like a Christmas tree. You put them together. Quiplash. What is Quiplash? Your game? We call it Minecraft. Quiplash, or is it a different game? Oh, I don't know. Oh no, not that sort. No, not like a roller shutter. They're quite popular here though. The roller shutters. There's two types. You can have a surface mounted type, or quite often they're mounted in the wall above the actual. But then obviously you have problems if they go wrong, and then you got to take off the wall to get them out again. But you get the concealed ones. But they're quite. Like we've got electric shutter on the garage. Yeah, on the garage. Or electric, for the shut door. Which are good, they are good, but they offer very little security. You can pretty much go in there and just rip them apart. Yeah, it's just deterrence, isn't it? But again, on the other hand, you're kind of telling everybody that you're out. But saying that, in France, they tend to shut the shutters to keep the heat out, to keep the sun out, let alone keep the cold out or keep the heat in. Well, it helps. It protects from the wind anyway. God, this blooming pain I'm getting. Ah. I think I'm having steroids! Oh, God! I keep getting stabbing pain just below the ribcage on my right hand side here. That vibro thing. Bit of a fat bugger. Last time I lost weight, I did get down to 78, so I'd like to get down. Sorry, no, 81. I would like to get down to about 78, 76. So I think that'd be okay. But doing keto. What's not offensive at all? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it. I better go see the missus and that, because you'd be wondering where I got to. And, how come it's saying it's 1:55 now? Oh, is it since last time it went off? But I reconnected from the stream. Oh, that's because count on here. Never mind, anyway, thanks for watching, what have you, and hanging with us, and, bit of a hangout, really, isn't it? And me just twiddling my thumbs and playing my bits of wood. I might do it again tomorrow, I don't know, see how I get on. So, yeah, anyway, I think I better go, really. The missus will be what I'm up to. She said, you don't talk to me, you talk to everybody else, but you don't talk to me. No. I say, you're deaf. Can't hear what I'm saying, can you? No, that's mean. I'll give sign language. Yeah. Oh. No, I don't do that. Oh, she does put up with me, poor thing. She needs to watch these to get your attention. Yeah. Yeah, cutting out all the carbs there, Pete. I'm pretty much. Oh, it's yeah. I miss potatoes. And I'm off the alcohol as well. No alcohol. Yeah. So no alcohol at all. But it's working, so I'm not complaining. So yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'll tell her to Glasgow. She's a good soul. Do it have I had my gallbladder checked? No, I haven't. I hope it's not that, because my missus just had hers out. And she's had all sorts of trouble since that. That's a valid point, though. I didn't think about that. I should have done really, because Carol was having a lot of problem. Oh crikey, it could be stones even, couldn't it? I've got to pass them. That'll be the kidneys, that'll be, won't it? Oh, I wouldn't want to have my gallbladder out. Carol's has so many problems since she's had that out. It might be because you had sepsis as well, though. Because a lot of people have the gallbladder, they have trouble, do they? Yeah. The gallbladder, basically, it kind of controls, doesn't it? Whenever you eat anything that's got high in fats, then it then kind of like oozes a bit of bile into the stomach. When you have gallbladder, right, effectively it's just dripping into the stomach all the time. So you mustn't eat too much fat. No keto diets then. Maybe, because that's actually because keto diet can actually cause you problems with your gallbladder. I need to look into that. Yeah, thanks for that. Do it. You know, it's you might have a point there actually. But yeah, no carbs for me. No beer. No. Oh, Jesus, have you ever had your gallbladder out? Crikey. Can you eat anything at all? Doesn't matter what you eat. You know, do you try to cut down on the fats and stuff, or? Crikey, Pete, you lost 4 stone. I didn't do 4 stone, but I managed to do 20 kilos. That's not 4 stone, is it? No. I was not. I think at my heaviest, I was 106 at my heaviest. Got a picture of me on my mini digger. My God, poor thing. I think it was a digger. Duke Vengeance says, I've already made friends with a chicken called Bob. That must be something to do with Minecraft or something like that, is it? Yeah, Duke, don't lose any more sanity on there, mate. I'll tell you. Just remember, you're more sane than anybody else that's probably there. There's something seriously wrong in the water there. It might be all that E. coli. I think it's affecting people's brains. Brains. Oh, the witch you had yours out as well. Ah, Carolyn's saying she has 2 inch fat and what have you. She also is loose, but she's got a problem with her liver at the moment. Like she's had the ultrasound. You know, she had a scan, and they couldn't find anything at all. So it's now going next. Oh, she's next month. She's got an appointment with a specialist. So we'll see what's going on there. Something going on with her liver. Her chemistry's off somewhat for some reason, but they can't see any problems in the scan. So there's no information or anything like that. Oh, you put 3 back on. Oh, that's what they said it with keto. The thing is, you turn it on and turn it off again, don't you? And that's kind of when you turn it off, you're back to the old ways, aren't you? And that's kind of what I did, really. I got lazy and I like food. It tastes nice food, especially nice. I like cooking, you see, so I end up eating more than I should. Beer. Too much beer. But not at the moment, because I'm on keto diet. You can't have things like that. No sugars. No carbs at all. Yeah, carbs are sugars, aren't they, after all? As well. Glasgow, oh, there you go. Oh, really? Oh, women, they whinge about the littlest things, like periods. And we have to shave now and again. Some women shave as well. Or some should. The bit of land, well, the bit of land that we bought our land of. Oh God, Christine. No, she's the one who her husband hung himself. He's a farmer. It's a long while ago, but I don't blame him. You think I've got a bushy beard? I think she's got a hormone problem there, but she's a lovely person. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I feel it's I just want to tug it. I shouldn't. It's just something wrong with me. I think maybe it's like in Austin Powers when the guy who's got a big mole and he's got getting a stick and poking again, moley. Yeah, it's kind of like Yes, I know. I've got a mole. When he's going on about the mole, the spy, but it's a different mole. It's a mole on the face. If you don't watch the film, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Oh, the light's got out. We'll saucy. Oh, you started again today. Yeah, it does work. You just got the thing is that you still have to make changes in your lifestyle. When you decide that enough is enough of the keto, or you got bored with it, you still got to remember to it's a lifestyle change as well. But it's a good way to get rid of the bulk of it. Anyway, I am going to go. I think I ought to. It's a ta-ta. I think the light, it told me. It's a poltergeist. Are you sure you want to stop? I don't really want to, but I suppose I better. I better say hello to my dear missus, better I? She's a good soul, after all. Night, everybody. Ta-ta.